is up, ladies, gentlemen, NBs? Good afternoon.
Thank you for being here.
Welcome back to the live stream, our final live stream of Beettober. I am so happy that all of you are here to chill with us. And I do say us because we are being joined, once again, Claire from the couch. Daltric is here. Thank you for being here.
You're most welcome.
You have a microphone. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm listening to us also on a
Oh, don't do that.
Turn off my
Welcome.
sound. Yay!
Winslow
Thanks for
says,
having me.
I don't see any bags under their eyes. No, I think we're well rested. Oh, not true.
Sorry.
Not true.
Brain freeze moment. I'm just never mind.
How do you
It's
feel
good.
after the 24 hours?
I feel okay. I think thank you so much everyone again for tuning in with us. I think that it was so helpful to have like actual people there also to be there with us, because I think otherwise we will not have survived. So thank y'all. How are you feeling, Mr. TAETRO?
I am feeling great. To tell everybody
Cool.
in chat, my sleep, I slept from probably 7 p.m. ish, and then maybe woke up once in between that, 7 p.m. to about 8 or 9 a.m.
Yay,
this morning. So
that's
like
good.
over 12 hours.
Excellent.
And I still feel the adrenaline because, as many of you might have heard, we made our fundraising goal of $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative. I will give you an exact number. That fundraiser is still open today through the many avenues that you can contribute at beatober.com/donate, which I'll talk about in a moment. But before we actually go any further, I will have to say thank you to our sponsor today, LANDR. Shout out to LANDR. I think they might even be here in the chat. Shout out to our friends at LANDR. Thank you for being here. Can everybody say hello to LANDR? Thank you to LANDR for sponsoring today's video, our final stream. Not only that, we're going to be working with a collaborative tool from LANDR where we've got this public project that is linked in the description of this stream. It's a public project. And I'll say this. I put in the rules for this bounty that you have to submit a sample by like yesterday or something. Guess what? If you submit a sample by the time I start working with samples, and if there's time, I'll use the samples, so just upload it, or at least check them out. I don't know if I'll use every single sample, but anybody who has uploaded a sample will be eligible to win. Let me bring up the page. Will be eligible to win a annual subscription, a 1-year subscription to none other than LANDR Studio, an all-in-one subscription pass. This gives you access to all LANDR products. They do mastering. You get 36 wave masters per year, unlimited MP3 masters, unlimited distribution, getting your music out there on, say, Spotify, Apple Music, etc., all the places people listen to music. $1,200 sample credits per year, so you can download all the samples you want from LANDR, 1,200 of them. Online collab tools, of which we'll be taking advantage of one today. Amazing plugins and VSTs. LANDR makes their own VSTs. What do you know about that? Vocal Align Project 5, LANDR FX Suite, high quality DAW streaming, $2,000 of extras, which you can see here on the side. Ableton Live Lite, IK Multimedia, Archeria's got stuff here, UJam's got stuff here, Baby Audio's got stuff here, and much more. So one lucky winner today, one person who contributed samples to our project, which you can still do, will be in the running. We'll draw a random name from that to get all this fun goodies, good stuff, annual pass from LANDR. But that's not the only way you can get an annual pass from LANDR. You can also go over to my Twitter right now. That's right, folks. One last retweet bounty for the road. Some of you already got in on it because I already tweeted it earlier today.
Retweet.
If you go retweet this tweet, you will get the chance. You will have another chance at winning an annual LANDR All Access Studio bundle. The last retweet bounty. So if you head over to my Twitter right now, retweet that. Let's pull that winner in, say, about 10 minutes. So get over to Twitter now. By the time we pull it, whoever has retweeted will be entered into the running. So we'll kick things off with a giveaway, and we will end the stream with a giveaway. We have a new member. I have to say thank you. We have a new member. Thank you to Kino. Well, Kino has rejoined. Welcome. Thank you for re-upping your membership, Kino. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. What's going on? I believe somebody just purchased some Beettober merch. That's what my phone is showing me, at least. So that is a good opportunity to say, if you would like to get some Beettober merch. Now, there's a lot of merch on BeatoberShop.com. Specifically, merch that says Beettober on it. That merch will all go away at the end of today. So, if you did want to get something to commemorate the occasion, Beettober 2022 merch will be going away after today. This is the last chance to pick up a piece. My mom and dad are in chat watching from a plane. My parents watch from a plane. Wow. Ayush watches from the club. Claire watches from the couch. Big round of applause. Where are you watching from? Perhaps your work desk? Let us know in chat. Thank you. Thank you. Peace and love. Ayush says, is this a 1 hour stream as opposed to a 24-hour stream? This is like a normal stream. This is like we're going to work with the samples that were uploaded via the LANDR project. And then one thing we wanted to do during our 24-hour stream, we were even so ambitious to say we were going to try to do it at the end of every segment, but it didn't work. We will review beats from the community, Beettober beats from the community. So you can even get ahead on that by going to that same exact tweet that I talked about earlier, the one that you're all retweeting, and you can link us to your Beettober beat. And we will do a final beat review of Beettober. And then don't call me, don't go, where's TAETRO? Don't DM me, don't go to my channel and say, where's TAETRO? And none of it. I'm leaving, I'm going away, I'm done. Just kidding, just kidding. I just need a little time, okay? I need a little time. There were many people that won many great prizes during Beettober. I have to figure out how to ship to all these countries. Can't you all just live? Can't you all just be my neighbors and I can just walk it over? No, I gotta figure out how to ship to this country. You ever seen well, of course you have. Yeah, you know addresses. You seen a U.S. address versus an international address?
Yeah.
It's
the U.S. addresses are so complicated.
It's too complicated. Korean addresses.
Sorry, international person.
Navigating around Korea with those addresses, they got Usadan Row and the name for the town and the street and the actual house number. It's a mess. Oh, okay. Anyway.
So organized.
All I'm saying is 31 days of Beettober have gone by. You all did an amazing job. This is the best community in the music production space on YouTube. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right. I have to give the people a fundraising update. Now, there was a merch purchase that just came in, but as of right before the stream,
thanks to the tricks.
I believe it was
from Daltric.
Yes.
About Excel spreadsheets.
Yes, there's technology you wouldn't believe. Proprietary Daltric technology that lets you add and subtract things automatically in spreadsheets. And it was indeed Dunk Funk. Thank you, Duncan. I saw that. Big round of applause for you for purchasing some merch. However, this total will be the total before that merch purchase, before any other support that comes in. But we have, of course, raised, drum roll please, $10,322 for the Music and Youth Initiative. So thank you all so much for everything you all have done to contribute. Thank you to LANDR, who has sponsored today's stream. Without sponsors like LANDR, without all the sponsors who came through for Beettober, this would literally not be possible. If you think of all the things that go into Beettober, even the things you can't think of behind the scenes, it costs money, and it costs a lot of time, and the sponsors make it so I have the time and I have the ability to execute on all these things so that we can have a guest, a high quality guest like Claire Lim here live in studio from East Coast to West Coast. You all know what it is. So yes, thank you to all our sponsors, and thank you all, the community. Shout out to my mom and dad who are in chat. Also, big support, of course. My mom created the Control Freaks. created the Control Freaks. I was pulling up my phone to show something, and now I can't remember what it was. But it's something amazing. I don't even know what it was. What was I talking about? Anyway, thank you all so much. Yes. Beettober was amazing this year. Oh, I did get a text back from David, and my phone was in Do Not Disturb, which is why the FedEx guy, I missed the FedEx guy, which is why I wasn't getting my text during the stream. But David from Music and Youth, I texted him when we hit the $10,000 goal, which was at 11 a.m. yesterday. Said that is absolutely amazing. Congratulations and thank you so much. And I'm going to be connecting with him later next week and sorting it all out and making sure everything gets, all the money goes to where it needs to go, which it of course will. Shall we crack open a Red Bull to start this stream? Sure. All right. One last Red Bull for the road. And when I say one last, I mean there's lots more in the fridge, but one last one on stream. All right, we're cracking it open in 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. Whew. Dr. Vic said, would have loved to get some merch, but I'm waiting my pay. No, Dr. Vic, the thing about me is I have so many things to do that I say the merch goes away after today. By the time I actually get to the website and get to figuring out how to unlist certain merch items, could be the next day, could be the end of the week, could be, who can say? But to put the pressure on everybody and just say that merch will go away. Let's say it's going to go away tomorrow, but you all know me. Tomorrow might mean 1 week from today. Who can say? Red Bull to sponsor a future 24-hour stream? Maybe. Maybe. Depending on the circumstances. All right. Who has actually supported the channel and actually did support last year's 24-hour live stream is Sneak Energy.
Ooh, thank you, Sneak Energy.
They are great.
Thanks.
It's not like I think the cans that they have are only available in the UK because they're UK based, but they are like a powder that you add to a water.
Nice.
And they have shakers.
That's cool.
Very, very cool company. They have an action figure that is nowhere to be seen currently.
That's all right. But that's cool.
Yeah, they're a
that's
cool
great.
company in general. And I was working with them, like making beat videos. Like they were a very cool sponsor and partner, and they still are very cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks, Sneak Energy.
Yeah, they're cool. I should hit them up and see how they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's enough about energy drink sponsors, because today our sponsor is LANDR. LANDR. And I'm going to cut away from Claire on the couch. But Claire on the couch, thank you for joining us today. Big round of applause. I'll bring you back in when it's time for a new beat. All right. Yes. You will be able to get feedback from both myself and from the esteemed artist Daltric and the esteemed educator Claire Lynn when we return. So anyway, what I have here on screen, what you're seeing here is a public LANDR project that you are able to submit to. Not only can you submit, but you can vote for different samples as well. Can I vote for multiple? Yes, you can vote for multiple. And just say like, hey, I like this sample. And in fact, if you go to the link in the description, you can submit a sample. And this gets you in the running to win an annual pass from LANDR, which gets you distribution, sample library, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So do not sleep on that. So I'm going to be downloading these samples. I'm going to be attempting to work with these samples. And we'll see where it brings us. If I can work exclusively with the samples, that would be cool. I might need some, I don't know what the selection of samples is though. I literally haven't even looked at them. So stay tuned for that. But thank you all. Caffeine is cool. Yes, caffeine is very cool, Bobby Limes. I agree. Could not agree more. So that's our Beettober update. If anybody wants to contribute any final amount, the donate button is still here on this video. Beettobershop.com, beettober.com/donate. Sample packs. If you want to contribute and get a sample pack, if you want to get a membership in at the last minute, you could contribute to our funds. We could raise even more for the Music and Youth Initiative by doing any of those number of things. Hey everyone, looks like you are well rested after the 24-hour stream. Hee. So I feel like it's a compliment that people are saying we look well rested, but I also think it implies that we didn't look so good during the 24-hour stream. I think there's an implication. To which I say, how dare you? If it looked like I had dark circles, let's just say maybe I had some black eye makeup on, and then I had to wash it off, but it was like residual, you know? Why am I opening my web browser? Nobody knows, but let me open up Ableton Live and let's start making some music. It's still, I do feel well rested, but I also feel semi-delirious as well. So
I think it's maybe just like the after effects, you know, of that.
It's like the post when you go through a traumatic situation almost.
Yes.
Not that it was traumatic, but
It was great.
same physical effect perhaps.
Yes.
So we've got our samples here. I'm going to download each one of them. Actually, let me start doing that now. Download. And you could actually all play along at home and do this as well. Go to this project. Even if you're not going to submit a sample, you can download the samples. Now this one, what's up with this? Oh, that's like a comment on a sample, I think. Yes, I see. Oh, you can even add little comments to samples. That's cool. Epic. Piccolo Black sample. Downloading all of these, I'll put them into a folder. We'll open them up in Ableton Live. What's your opinion about the Teenage Engineering OP1? It's cool. I worked with one once though, and I was like, not quite the workflow for me, but it looks pretty cool. For some, obviously, the one mark, even though it's not for me, the reason I won't say like, I hate it, it's bad, is because we've seen what amazing things people can do with it. So if somebody can do something amazing with it, that means so could I, potentially. So could you, potentially. So not the workflow for me, but might be the workflow for you. Who can say? I'm just making a folder, LANDR community samples, and then I'm going to go ahead and add those to the folder. We do need to do our retweet bounty though. So we're going to look into that. I'm going to do that right now. Load up the tweet. The amazing thing that I do is that knowing that I need to go back to this tweet, knowing that I need to pick a winner, I exit out of the tab and I get lost. So right now we're going to do our retweet bounty. I'll bring up the screen for you all to see. And let's see who will be the winner of our final retweet bounty. I will be messaging you on Twitter post-stream later today to connect you with the LANDR people who will hook you up with a free LANDR annual pass. That is also to say, why don't you go make a free account on LANDR now? That way you already have an email attached, so we can just, add it to your account, basically. All right, 20 entries have been loaded. It is time to pick a winner from this tweet right here. Thank you all for retweeting. You know what? I'm feeling like I'm in a good mood. Let me go back really quickly. And if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to load the tweet one more time. You had until a certain amount of time. 20 entries loaded. If you were one of those 20, you are eligible to win. You made it within the time. I'm over time anyway, so I can't feel bad if somebody retweeted it after. So I'm going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is KF. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Kazaa. If you're in chat, say hello. But also, I will go ahead and reply to this tweet and say thank you to KZAKF. Thank you to at KZAKF for winning today's retweet bounty. You've won a LANDR Studio annual pass. Heck yeah. I'll get in touch with you after the stream. I'll send you a DM on Twitter from my account. Obviously the same exact account that is my name. Just make sure nobody gets scammed. That's all I'm saying. Nobody gets scammed. In reality, you guys got scammed. JK. All right. Now I'm going to take your samples that you have uploaded, and we're going to open Ableton Live, and we're going to make some music. I have my, that's Claire. Just wave to the camera. I cut to the wrong thing. Switch away from Claire, and you all will see in just a moment an Akai MPK Mini Plus. I have switchers on switchers here, people. All right. I've got my samples. I'm going to make them available to me in live. Not only am I going to make them available to me in live, though, I'm going to plug my hard drive in, which I need to reach over here to do. My proper SSD will be there. And we'll be able to do all the things we want to do in Ableton Live. Now, let me ask you all a question. I do kind of like this style with the chat on screen because if you're watching the VOD, at least you can watch the conversation go by. But you all let me know if that makes if you don't like that because it's too much DAW. Maybe you all can see the chat otherwise. Because I can put the chat in my second window if I need to. Start a Q&A. Answer viewer Q&A live. Let's do that later. There's a little new feature here. Boyfriend says TAETRO is cool. Based comment. Should be on screen or not on screen. Because I know some people watch on phones and YouTube has the built-in chat thing. So I don't know what's better. Anyway, we have several samples to work with here submitted via the amazing collaborative tool that LANDR has. Let's see what we have from Gary. We've got a bell sample. Finger flick on glass. From Host Studios. Heck yeah. Just vibes. Isomatic with a little synth shot here. Synth from Ayush. Be really interesting to see if I can get all these in the project. If I can, I'll try, but it may not be possible. Piccolo Black with some, what I should say, very Piccolo Black ass sample. That's what I say. Not an ass sample, Piccolo Black ass sample. It's purely a Piccolo Black sample. Very moody. King 80 in the chat. I still never got the Discord to work for me. Does anybody have a link? King 80, I promise you, every single person you see with a member badge next to their name has figured out how to get into the Discord as a member. If you type !new member, I believe I've told you this several times. It gives you an article on how to connect your YouTube and Discord account. It shows you how to do that. You have to follow those directions. And the only additional guidance I can give you is that most people are not logged into the Google account that is tied to their YouTube account. Your King 80 YouTube account, whatever email that is tied to, that is the one you must connect to Discord. There is nothing more we can do for you. Saikai Flute. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I keep clicking off that. Ah, yes, Spooky Flute from Saikai, from the Halloween type beat. Plenty of room to make a flute instrument out of that. Ah! Sounds at Glastonbury Apple Festival. Oh, interesting. I like that it's labeled G minor. Nice, the sound is certainly in stereo. Did Sakai play the flute? Yes, she did, and you can even find a video of her playing the flute on her Instagram. All right, that's a cool collection of samples. If you're in chat and you added a sample to the project after I downloaded those samples, you can go ahead and let me know. But regardless, we are going to start working. Let's start working. Now, I really liked this guitar. And also, I have to say, shout out to all of you for properly naming these samples. Crushed it on the direction following. We got key, we got BPM. Let me drop this sample in and see. The thing about it is this actually might not be a good sample to start with, even though it is a very good sample. Because it's got both melody and harmony in it with the guitars ringing out, which will make it less flexible to work with. Not on screen, you all voted. Okay, fine. I will take you away. I didn't want you there anyway. I don't even want to see you guys talking. Just kidding, just kidding. I can still see you all talking, so nobody try anything. But you can still in the app so show that. Oh, you're on your phone. You're on your computer anyway. Okay. Oh, we got hot takes.
Sometimes no. This is actually more of the reason why I would have voted on screen is partially because I like collecting evidence. But it's good if I don't think you'll run into an issue.
If anybody steps out of line, we'll put them on screen. We'll put them on blast.
That's okay. You don't have to. But just kind of giving more context for why sometimes for me I do it for safety. But back to you, Mr. TAETRO.
Okay, back to it. Yes, I agree. You have to make it known. Time to get up to no good. Don't worry, I can see you. I see you, Piccolo Black. Start with the drums and add guitar sample later. Yeah, I think that's the vibe. I don't even have to start with drums. I just have to start with something that I can at least have a little control over. But there is also, I'll think about this in a bit. I could also do several different beat ideas. And then why don't I attempt that, actually? If we could put it like an hour on the clock at most, and then I could see if I can use each of these, not just on their own, not just in one beat, but maybe in a couple different beat ideas, that would be cool. So easiest thing to do here is that first note. Now I control Sakai's flute playing. Snack segment is best segment, says Wizzlo. We had a off-camera snack segment. I had some Indomie for breakfast. Indomie?
Yeah, Indomie, yeah.
Now this is fine. Like we could just have a straight up traditional flute sound. But of course, we could also just make it a little different. And by different, I mean use the same plugin I use all the time. Fragments. Oh, that's very different, obviously, but I'll use my favorite preset here. And this is a very clean recording from Sakai. So what I might also be able to do is go ahead and J37 this. And add a little kind of tape wobble there. Let's even warp the sample so we have a uniform length. King 80 says, I got Discord to work. Round of applause. Round of applause. We knew you could do it. See, that's why This is why I can't help you all. I know you're capable. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I'm not a jerk. I just believe in you. Too much? Claire said, no, that was great, but also had a look of worry on her face, so I don't know how to best take that. Her face said one thing, her voice said another. Now, the thing that I usually change about this preset, instead of getting like other octaves in there, I just like to set it to 1 octave. So if it repeats, it'll be like the same note. Great. All right, that's a flute sound. I'm just going to save that for later because that's just now an instrument that we can play. But the last thing that I will do is tune that. And there's obviously much more to that sample. You could flip it as a full-on melody. And I say you because you can all download it, link in the description, for the collaborative LANDR project. And not only that, take advantage of that platform in general and realize that you can collaborate. A lot of people did do collaborations for Beettober, but maybe this is a tool that you might be interested in checking out that can make things a lot easier for you. So let me go ahead and make CC. I like it definitely in the lower register. If it has a chord. When we start playing it as a chord, we hear the saturation come in on the low end, which is kind of nice, but I just might pull back on all that a little bit. It's a little too hot. And you know what? Sampling 101, let me just do one other thing for you all to show you. Simpler, we upgrade it to sampler, which is a bunch more in-depth sampling capabilities here in sampler. One of which being the ability to loop a segment of this audio. So instead of this sample having an endpoint that we have to worry about, let's instead loop where that note is sustaining. And the key to that, to make it a smooth loop, is doing a little bit of crossfading. Now I can hold this forever. I turned off fragments, so you can hear that I'm pretty much holding it infinitely, and it's very hard for you to be able to tell that it's a looped portion of a sample. Now I can play these chords infinitely. How about that? If there's time today, I will go ahead and add more samples to the LANDR project. How about that? You can all download them. All right, that's Saikai's flute. Let's go ahead and flip another one of the one-shots first, which was Gary's Glass. Now, I think we've worked with this sample on stream before in another bounty. However, that was just going to help me remember that it's kind of A4, but it's also a glass, so it's not like a tuned instrument. Oh, that lower register and all those harmonics. I just remember that it's not like quite A, so we'll have to pay attention to our tuning. Tuning, very important, of course, when you're doing this kind of sampling. Kind of all over the place. So I'm paying attention to where the pitch finally falls after the attack. I was just checking against playing a C on the flute. I slapped some tuning on to get it as close as possible. Oh, that's interesting. So you used like a little bit of pitch correction. It's kind of hard to do that with sounds like this. So just in the spirit of doing things a bit differently, let's see what happens if we reverse this and maybe even get rid of the attack. Lower that release time actually. Let's play with a bit of reverb here, a long reverb. I think what I'm doing a lot of time when I'm sampling like this with reverb is adding a big one, which is almost doing the job of release, where we're adding a longer tail to the sound. It is, of course, transforming the sound. It's putting the sound in a space, but it will also give me a more natural kind of fade out of the sound. I don't actually love using this as a reverse sound because I do kind of like the initial attack. And there's just like some like random harmonics in there that are hard for me to, like a truly spooky bell. You hear it? I can hear. I hear almost like a B flat on top. And then it goes down. Do you all hear that? I'm not insane. Michael saying, you guys should do more streams with Minilab 3. It would be kind of cool. Don't worry. More streams will come with that. Don't you worry. But actually, the amount you're going to learn from this stream, you don't even know. If you didn't watch the beginning of the stream, you have no idea what MIDI controller I'm using. It's not about what MIDI controller you're using. It's literally about how you're going to make music with whatever MIDI controller you have, you know? People are saying, congrats, KZA. Congrats, KZA. Oh, did KZA show up in chat? Is that why? Yes, KZA. I always watch the streams, but I rarely chat. Walked away for a bit and came back to the notification that I won the LANDR Twitter bounty. I'm screaming. Congrats, KZA. You know what? Just for fun, I want to see what happens if we arpeggiate this. Kind of spooky. See how low I've gone with the pitch, and now it's kind of a very spooky sound. Let's get rid of the arpeggiator. Almost like an attitude and timpani. Call it an impact. Let's give it a little distortion. Now I'm into like spooky effect world. Now that it's not like a playable instrument. But I guess it's interesting because in whatever other stream we flipped the sample as well, it definitely didn't sound like this. Halloween beats. We've got the LFO tied to the volume. That's that little flutter. You see the EQ? Without the reverb, it's like a demon whispering in my ear. Has some nice ambience. It's got something, so I'm gonna just like kind of record that. And call it a day. Not call it a day, but let's say that that's the sample. We've turned the sample into another sample. But what am I doing? What did I do to deserve this? Where is that note? Why am I insane? Okay, never mind. 2, 3, 4, 2. Oh. Did I turn it back to one bar counted? That's good. I'm smart. Usually I just deal with inconvenient things instead of fixing the inconvenient thing. And I'm not going to have it hold for so long. Boom. Freeze and flatten that. Call it a day. Who knows how we're going to use it. Freezing and flattening so we can't go and infinitely tweak that as we have been doing. So now, let's say we've got that playing. Let's go at a tempo. Put it on every 2 bars. Let's of course get it hitting on the 1. Boom, hitting on the 1. This is Gary Carnes flicking a glass. And now that guy's flute. Nope. Let's just record a little bit of a theme there. 3, 4. That wasn't as creative as it could be. It could have been. Let's try again. Ah, I see. I want to get that pitch bend right, so one more try there. And if you notice habits that you have, like I always kind of start melodies ascending is one thing I was just reminded. Go up, 1 note, and then a higher note. But if I instead do this, go down, start descending, at least I'm trying something a little bit new. I'm breaking some of my musical habits. Said, oh no, is Batman approaching again? All I'm going to say about that guy is he was super rude, so I have no problem saying this, but he needs a partner to put that costume on. So he can't even put on his own costume. So I think that means he's not going to be showing up today. Making creepy sounds with your samples. Yes. Okay, that's just 2 of the samples, and we're already off and running doing some weird stuff. So more, back to the LANDR samples, which of course we pulled from none other than this collaborative project, which is linked in the description. But of course, if you don't know, LANDR's got all the tools under one roof. Collaboration tools, mastering tools. They've got samples. You can distribute your music with LANDR. They got all of it. And at the end of today's stream, we are going to be giving an annual subscription to LANDR All Access. So I just want to shout that out one more time and remind you all that LANDR All Access pass is incoming for 1 lucky chatter. All you have to do is be here in chat to win that. We already gave a copy to Kazaa earlier for winning the retweet bounty, but soon, more to come. So yeah, these are all from this collaborative project, which you can go download any of these samples and follow along at home. So let's now, oh gosh, so loud, sorry. In the spirit of trying to get this all working together, let's see if we can get this bright synth sound to fit into our spooky track. Now, it might not right away. That accent in that. All right, here we go. Now I'm playing in C minor. This is labeled as being in G minor. Let's do some proper transposition. How does that sound lower? All right, so that's a full octave lower in G sharp minor. So I gotta go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 semitones. Or I can go up 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones, which probably makes a lot more sense. 2, 3, 4. Oh god, okay, wait. Let's put this whole sample in the right key. What's negative 12 minus negative 8? What's negative 8 minus 12? Negative 8 minus 12. Oh, yeah, duh. You're right. No, you're right. I want an octave lower than negative. Yeah. Thank you. It's not that I can't do the math. It's that the route in my brain is like do the math or panic, and the panic route wins every time.
That's okay. Human calculator. Clear the calculator.
You told me if you need help with calculation, let me know.
Yeah, it's true. Let me know.
Okay, fine.
Decimal Daltric.
Decimal Daltric. Carry the one, Claire. One thing I might try here. Chat, where did you go? I can't see you. Wow, chat is helping me. Alja says, hi, hey, TAETRO, hi, everybody. Hope everyone's fine. We are more than fine. We are great because we've raised more than $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative, completing our fundraising goal for the year 2022 Beettober. All right, the thing that I wanted to try with this sample is, and this might conflict because we are transposing it quite a lot, but wouldn't it be great if we could get short little notes? And I wonder, let me try something. I have vocal bender, which can change the format and the pitch of samples. Because I really want to be down here. I just noticed? There's a little snap at the beginning of that sample. That impact. Did everybody catch what I just did there? So I wanted to make this sample shorter, which is something you can easily do in Beats warp mode. Usually warp mode looks like this for Beats warp mode. We're preserving transients. And the other factor in this is I've now transposed the sample down 32 semitones, which is going to have its own effect. However, if we want, instead of this legato synth line, legato meaning like the notes are all kind of connected. If we want a more staccato, more short, we can change this parameter here and make this a smaller number. Pitch is a little all over the place, but in the context of the other notes, it's not so bad. But I do use that a lot if I want to take a sample and make it from having such a long release or legato sound to more of a shorter sound. I'm going to try really quick. I'm going to try to just use a plugin on this sound. It's just like, it's just... But let me just try the difference between -8 and then using a plugin or -32. Now, because this plugin is mainly used for like monophonic, like not monophonic, but single line vocal lines. So it's not going to yield the result that we want, because that's not what it's for, and that's fine. But sometimes you can get it to work. So that's closer to the original pitch. But you know what? Now that I think of it, let's have one down here at -32, rocking a bass. One that's a little higher, that contains basically no bass. And perhaps it's a little more like spatial and atmospheric. Like that. I don't like it. Anyway, so I just went down a rabbit hole there, potentially changing the rate. But I think just having this little subtle bass line in the background, I was thinking about having halving the time, but I didn't. Okay, I am just going deep on these samples. Sorry, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this. It is, of course, the final stream of Beettober. Now this will be a little complicated to implement, but that's not to say I won't at least try. Pickleback's got some kind of like more complex extended chords in here. There's more complex like harmonic material. And on that note, since we are in the middle of the hour, and I kind of don't want to work on this. I want to work on this till about 3 p.m. and then switch over to reviewing your Beettober beats. What I will do instead is now flip to a different idea. So that was fun with those 3 samples. On solo, whatever, solo. Kind of like the beginning of a spooky score. And you know what? Since actually there's this FX sound, kind of like a field recording-esque thing that's labeled G minor. It's kind of not super tonal. There's like drums in there. What I kind of want to do is wash this out, throw a delay on it, and have it just kind of spooky laying there in the background. Question for chat. Will you be trick-or-treating today? Will you be watching a scary movie? What are your Halloween plans? I need to know. Handing out candy. Ah, yes, that is kind of a transformation in life. You go from collecting the candy to handing out the candy. Yeah, something could for sure build on top of this. This kind of mid-range is just like, I can feel it in my brain. Oh, sorry. Kind of like a little trilly thing. All right, anyhow, all right, sorry. I'm going too far down the rabbit hole with this. But Ayush, Saikai, Gary, and Sandy Aphid contributed those 4 samples that contribute to that little mood thing that we had going there. Could we take it further? Could we do more? Yes. But if you think, hey, I could do better, or I could do something with those samples, look at the link in the description, go to the public LANDR project and download them for yourself. I think you just have to make a free LANDR account and then you can download the samples. So that's pretty cool. The reason I want to transition is because we have very different vibes next with Host Studios guitar line. Whose original BPM I like that it's slower right now, but let's hear it at tempo. 135. All right, I want to hear that again at 108, which is where we were. What do you guys prefer, 108 or 135? Slower or faster, chat? You have 1 minute to answer this poll as soon as I run it. BPM, BPM. You can also type your answer, 108 or 135. But I'm going to take the quick reaction. Go, go, go. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. $108 or $135. Quick reaction. 1 minute. 1 minute. Looks like it's 108 is for sure taking the cake here. I'm 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 108 won by quite a margin. If it was closer, I would have done it longer, but... And I liked 135 better, but fine, fine. All right. Let's do this. Cool rock pop tune in 10 minutes. Time on the clock starts now. Boom. B. Deep. UGEM. I heard there's UGEM plugins that come with the LANDR all-in-one subscription pass. Let's cheat. Not that feel. No. All right, I like that pattern and we can edit it, but we're on a time crunch here. I've self-inflicted myself with a time crunch for some reason, and I've lost chat. There you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I, at first, thought the sample was... I want it to come in there. Nope. What's happening? I'm just going to jump in and in a couple places lock this down with time. I love that. It's a little... That last riff is a little behind. But as long as it kind of lands in the right places, it should work. Damn, you may have been right. Let me hear it again. I think that is just not the right drum feel. So where I was trying to cheat and make things faster, it made things worse. And that's what happens when you cheat, chat. You know what? This is not a democracy. I'm going to 135. Peace and love to everybody who voted in the poll. We might even go to 140. 2, 3, 4, 1. I thought that I wanted this to start on not the downbeat, but I guess I'm wrong. Good enough. I wanted to do a rock song in 10 minutes. It's not going to be that. But I'm still going to feel like it is going to be that. And I'm going to change this pattern, this hi-hat pattern. Be this. Where the hell is the hi-hat? It's like a stepped hi-hat. That's what I want. And this I want to be open. Good enough for a basic idea. Got. No, that was cool though. All right. I want to add like a countering line to this guitar potentially, or maybe it's better to just add a bass first, eh? Let's do it. Let's go labs, because that's the fastest one, first one I can think of. Of course, I could open Contact, but you know, that breaks every time I open it. Peace and love, peace and love. Boom. What key is this labeled? E major. That little rhythm is fine. Come back to me, bass riff. Sorry, that's so jarring to go back to that. All those spooky sounds, I don't want them. You are watching a just sheer expert at work here, people. Don't pay no attention to all the random shit that I'm doing. Boom. That's the one. Stealing my kids' candy for Halloween. Whoa, Particular Noise came in with a donation. A $20 donation, which means we need a techno break. Go, 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 go. Techno break, techno break. Woo! Thank you so much, Particular Noise, for contributing to our fundraiser. Thank you so much. That is going into the pot. We have raised over $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative. Yes, $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative. It only says 4,000 or something on your screen right now, but that's because at beatober.com/donate, there are a number of ways people contributed to that fundraiser and put it all together, and it equals, did I mention, $10,000. Oh, Resident Evil 4 remake, says Gary. Yes, that's very cool. Now we need a fat bass to be played with a pick. Yes, I would grab a bass, but like the whole thing takes too long. But how's that bass sound? Pretty good, eh? Bass guitar, front of stage setting on pedal. A lot of you know Joe, but the band that me and Joe, it was like essentially Joe's project, Joe's band. But I played bass in that. Anyway, I'm going to move on and grab some serum. Oh, that is not what I want to be doing. Let's grab a keyboard instrument. That's not the sound I want. God. That sound doesn't have what it needs. Okay, I get it. Not what I want. What do I want, though? I have to think about this. In the spirit of time, capture MIDI that. Let's leave it unquantized. Let's experiment with potentially putting that on a different sound or potentially playing that an octave up. What's up, Sledge Man? All right, next thing I'm gonna do is do a super like cheesy piano situation. Plugins, piano. And I'm not grabbing soft piano for this because I want to play like a nice, bright, poppy sounding piano, not like a lo-fi vibe. More low end in that piano, please. In fact, I might even just play root notes, octaves for that. 1, 3, 4. That's good for me. I might just hit that A again there. Drums are just sounding a little too clean in my opinion. Now if we bump this up to 152. I know this is a lead line, and I would generally do this with chords, but what does it sound like if we kind of double and widen this guitar line? I don't know if this is going to sound good, so I'm not explaining what I'm doing. Now, if everything wasn't so perky and beautiful and together, what does it sound like if this chord just holds the whole time? That's more like a song. That's more like a less amateurish sound. Maybe. This is like too cheesy though, right? Probably. Something like that, but played better. 1, 3, 4. Kind of does thicken things up a bit, doesn't it? Boom. Get rid of all those little accidental flubby notes I played in between. We'll be good. Boom. Ooh, that is a thick and juicy synth situation there. That was a bit excited. Okay. Back to it. I doubled that again because I'm going to do the exact same thing I tried on the other synth. All right, what I tried to do earlier was make a fake double of Joshua's guitar line, because if you double a guitar line, it can sound pretty good and thick. It usually works better on chords. I just wanted to see what effect it would have on this in the song in the mix. So I panned left and right. I did a track delay of like some milliseconds, and I slightly detuned the second version. You can fake a double that way sometimes, but I don't like how it sounds because it's a lead line. But I am just going to probably do a bit of compression on this. It's going to help it in the mix a little bit. Just get rid of a bit of the boxiness. In fact, I can still hear that bass note, but we really don't need bass from that. To make this more anthemic, let's add a bit more reverb. In fact, I actually don't. One other thing we can do is create a new return track and throw like a glue compressor on it, and that will actually help that. We do like a parallel compression situation that will help it pop out more in our mix. Of course, we could just make it louder. I did the wrong thing. I want to put the glue compressor on this return track, and for now, I'm just going to use that. Make it loud. Yes. Just gonna grab a preset. One quick thing to try. -12. That? I don't know. Let me check the doorbell cam. FedEx guy is just probably breaking down the door, to be honest. Actually, that it could have just been the neighbor, because that happens sometimes. What do you guys think of that? Doubling that guitar line. Lower octave. Now, every time I've changed the tempo, it's probably been a little bit tough to adjust to the sound, like be like, oh, that's a little bit too fast. But if you notice now, we went from originally being at 135 to bumping it up to 140 and then bumping it up a bit more to 152. And now that we've been listening to it long enough, it sounds kind of good, but it makes me wonder if we could go a little faster. But I don't know if I just haven't had the adjustment period. But singing that little, just like spitballing a melody on top, did it feel natural as a singer? Kind of, yes, but it feels a little unnatural when I hear the melody of the guitar. All right, and real quick, you know what I think? Hi-hats are always too loud. When I make music, hi-hats are always too loud. Therefore, real quick, do this. Effects, Beat Sketches Master J37. Don't crash, don't crash. Make it real dirty sounding. Cool. Mix is weird, but that sounds like a pretty good song. What do we have left? Community samples, Piccolo Black. What didn't we use? We didn't use... That's actually perfect. Ready? And now for something completely different. First of all, oh god, it's so loud, sorry. Rename this to 152 BPM. All right, we have two samples from Piccolo Black and from Isomatic, and I think there's a potential for me to be able to use them simultaneously. But what we're going to do first, we're going to take a just traditional beat making approach to this. This is originally at 85 BPM. Let's change that segment BPM. Hello? I added pedal to that for no reason. Just so you know, just by being in chat, we're going to be giving away one of the amazing annual plans from LANDR Studio, which gets you unlimited MP3 masters, 36 wave masters, unlimited distribution, sample credits, online collab tools like the one we're using today, amazing plugins and VSTs, third-party stuff over here, and $2,000 worth of extras. You can see what you get there at landr.com/pricing/studio. And even if you don't win today, if this sounds like something you need, I think we all need distribution. We all need some samples. We all need some plugins. Go check it out. LANDR's a cool company, and they've been a great supporter of the channel since before Beettober too. So shout out to LANDR. All right, here's one thing I'm going to do. This is going to be way easier than what I just did. One of the easier, like just chopping methods I'm doing right here is we're going to put a warp marker kind of at the beginning of each new chord. Regardless of what's happening, I'm going to do that because we're going to end up with a kit. This is truly like a Flying Lotus-esque sample, so it's very cool. You can download the sample right now at the group project that is linked in the description. All right, warp markers are there. Now I'm going to right click. I'm going to slice spliced a new MIDI track. Not do it by transient. We're going to do by warp marker. Though I could have just done it by timing. Boom. Where did that go? Now it's in a MIDI track. It's in a drum rack, actually. Now each one of those chops, I don't want that one. Go bank A. So now we have this sample chop. And a nice simple to use rack. I'm going to just up the attack a little bit here. So that little click goes away. There we go. The beginning is clearly like for an intro. So let's go ahead and throw that down. Let's say it's 92. 3, 4. Whatever that was, let's time it a little better. It's the one. Oh, I waited two bars to come in. All right, so I just took those samples, chopped them. We have an intro. This is like the proper verse. But what's cool is that chopped sample, we can still like edit because it's chopped the full sample. So here, I can see that I could have been a little cleaner. Get the beginning. Nice. And some of this, you know, it's to your taste. You can keep your samples a little more loose if you want a more off timing feel. But with that as the main backbone of our beat, let's throw some drums on this. All right, that's a good sample because it automatically like inspires a whole vibe. And I've got some sounds from LANDR themselves that are like perfect for what I want to do here. That's the exact snare that I want to use actually. And we've got a kick here as well. Boom, boom. That's the beat. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, right there. Now, when you go and potentially warp an idea like this that's got kind of triplets and it's got weird movement, for me, the only thing I might do is go fix where I royally messed up, which is on some of these downbeats. But even so, like I might even just leave it slightly unquantized. And I don't even like that. Oh, you know what it is? Is there a sneaky one? No. I'm going to get rid of that last kick hit for now. We're going to make these a little more lo-fi by doing a high cut. Snare frequency is bothering me. If I turn the Q knob up. Took some of the snap away, but you know. And one thing I'll do right away, side chain to that sample, side chain, boom, 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 boom. We're gonna go from this drum rack. We're gonna get it from the kick. And like, you all know I put J37 on the master, but putting it on drums can also be cool. Putting on anything you want to sound like you chopped a sample. Like these drums, we just made the drums from LANDR samples, right? But how do we make it sound like we crate dug for these drum samples? Well, of course, we can pretend we ran them through some tape. I also wonder what transposing the kick a couple semitones down would do. We're running a little overtime, folks, but that's because I want to make sure we've used all the samples from people that participated. And we're almost there. We have one more sample to use. It's Isomatic sample. And I think there could be a place for this here. I'm going to have to use my ears. And right now my brain functionality is like low. To be even more floaty, so I'm gonna put a delay right on it. I mean, it's just a nice little ornament. And when I was first listening to Piccolo Black sample, and then I heard the Isomatic sample, I thought that this would be a perfect, just like little mood setter one shot thing. So 1, 2, it's one note. Having it come in right on that first snare. Maybe having the higher octave version come in there. I think if I pull back on the velocity of that, which will make it less loud, it'll sound a bit better. But I think that's pretty dope. I saw Piccolo Black say earlier, throw some shaker on it, so we'll oblige that. So loud, shaker, so loud. That's another LANDR sample, by the way. So if you want to get these drum sounds, that's LANDR's from LANDR's sample library. A lot of very good hip hop drums, lo-fi hip hop drums. To make this a little more dreamy, I might not too much. Just throw those drums to a slight reverb. And I was going to do a little EQ work here. Ding, 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 ding. Well, I still think of that guitar line. Hear that? Let's get rid of it. Subtractive EQ, my friends. Very, very important mixing thing. Not that I know anything about mixing or mastering or anything like that. But as I scan through this, right, just by making these, and you saw me do it with guitar too. As I scan through this, you can find harsh frequencies. Like if I put this up here, you can hear the air, but you don't really, it doesn't hurt your ears. You can see in this middle range, we can find some quite harsh stuff that isn't necessarily contributing to the harmony, but is more just chunky noise. And honestly, there is mixing techniques that I've seen where people have like every band turned on, and each band is a tiny little frequency, and you just go through. Like listen to that resonant frequency. Just pulling that out will probably help the sound a lot. You just want to make sure you're not fully being destructive to the sound, because you could pull out frequencies that are like in a chord or in a note. So taking this off, it's a very thick, cool sound, but of course this sound has to coexist with other sounds in our track. Using subtractive EQ to just clean it up a little bit. Of course we could do more, but that was just a quick demo. That last chop, something's bothering me there. We need more attack on that. I'm gonna go get the FedEx guy. Take over, play.
Oh my god, okay, cool. Hey everyone. Oh dear. Okay, so I think TAETRO went to the FedEx guy. So here's the thing, right? Oh, y'all can still see me. Okay, that's funny. We'll see what happens when he comes back. But while I have been covertly in the background, I've actually been doing the exact same thing that he has been doing with y'all, where I've made stuff with your samples. But we're not gonna tell him until he gets back, perhaps. But y'all know now, this is like the epitome of, I guess, dramatic irony. But let's keep it a secret. Oh, I can hear the FedEx guy. Wow, there sounds like there's a dramatic conversation, so there's a lot of drama today, but that's okay. It's all good. But yeah, let's keep it a secret, everyone. And then we'll tell him later. Maybe. We'll tell him before he... Oh, I hear the door. Okay. Yay! Okay, we're in cahoots for anyone who stayed yesterday. Okay. Cool. And yeah, it's been really fun. I think it's been really cool. Sorry. Oh, yay, the FedEx guy. Okay, I'm going to turn off my mic.
Thank you for taking over in that chaotic moment. Friends, this was the FedEx package that was supposed to be delivered yesterday. And I got new shoes. So I will do a sneaker reveal at the end of today's stream. New sneaker reveal. Yay, excited. Wow. That guy was so nice. Because it was a different guy than yesterday. He's like, I got the key for this place. Usually the weekend guys, they don't know.
Got it. It sounded, I wasn't sure because I heard y'all talking, so I was like, that sounds really dramatic.
No, he was, because I was like, oh, I missed you yesterday, so I want to make sure I get you today. He's like, yeah, that was the weekend guy. I got you. He's like, I got you taken care of, basically. Whew. So, to be honest, to double dip here. Too loud, sorry. That was like a good enough melody, I guess. Shout out, thank you, Mom, for the chat. Thank you. You're landing in Florida. Safe landing. Have fun in your trip. All right, my friends, we have used all of the samples contributed by these great artists. The call was simple. Give me a sample. Submit it to our public LANDR project, which you can all use as a collaborative tool in your future projects. And you can also all access this collaborative project over at the link in the description. You could also get 30% off LANDR products using the link in the description. I could have mentioned that as well. But the project specifically is linked a bit lower in the description, where you can download any of these samples you want, work your magic. As you can see, sky's the limit, and no matter what genre you're in, you can kind of get something going. So we did this creepy to start film score, like mood, tone, cue, I guess you could say. That's kind of cool. But then we completely changed gears. This is going to be a bit louder. Please bear with me. We did like this kind of pop rock tune. Shout out to Joshua Ho for that awesome guitar line. And then Piccolo Black and Isomatic provided two samples that really... Oh, gosh. What BPM was I at? 92. I forgot to put a marker. 92 BPM. We got Saikai's flute on there. We chopped up Piccolo Black's main sample. Volky says, guys, I have a question. Does the promo code in the description expire or not? I want to use it to get a yearly plan, but I've got no money at the moment, so I wanted to check. That code in the description is actually my permanent LANDR code. So you can use that at any point to use that discount. But stay in chat and stay tuned because we're going to pull one random winner to take home the prize. No, we're not going to do that. Sorry to give your hopes up. I forgot. That's not how we're running this competition. We are going to actually reward our sample maker. Sorry, it's not a random selection. I said that before. I forgot. That's not how we're doing it. We're going to put Ayush, Gareth, Isomatic, Amelia, Joshua, Piccolo Black, and Daniel Thompson's name in a hat. And we are going to choose one lucky member of those community members who took on the LANDR bounty. We had many bounties over the course of Beettober. Not all were easy. Many of you answered the call for different bounties, but one of those lucky people is going to get the all-in-one subscription, LANDR Studio. Distribution, sample downloads, plugins, mastering, online collab tools, all the above. If you want to just bookmark this for a time when you might have... when you think is right, maybe the time is now to pick up one of these subscription plans and get everything. We shall see. But right now, I'm going to do a random name picker. Random name picker. Oh yeah, this is the one I used before. So let me type in the names. And by the way, after we do this... we're going to go into beat reviews which is going to be over my Twitter, the tweet from today where I announced the stream. You can go reply to that tweet with your Beettober beats. And we will check out, me and Daltric will check out your Beettober beats. And then at the end of the stream, I'll show you my new sneakers. And maybe we'll take advantage of this Q&A thing while we review beats, just so people can type questions and answers. All right, let me type the names in. Amelia. And wow, a final giveaway to end off Beettober. It's crazy. All right, I'm picking the random name, and the winner is none other than, you can't believe this. You cannot believe this. Somebody in chat who literally said, GG's, I got no luck. Piccolo Black has been chosen by random generated selection. Piccolo Black, shout out to you. Piccolo Black has won something else. What else did Piccolo Black win during Beettober? Something else. Not that that excludes you from this win, but I just want to say congrats to you, Piccolo Black, for winning. Wow, that was huge. Congrats to you. Thank you to everybody who participated, in the bounty. But don't sleep on it. Go download those samples right from the public project that is listed in the description down below. Do not sleep on it. Download those samples for yourself, even if you like just one of them. Ayush's Sith line, it's pretty cool. I have background music playing in it. Where is it? I don't know. Where are you, background music? This one? No. All right. Anyway, all of these samples are cool. Go download them. You saw what I could do with them. Maybe you can do better. Tweet at me if you do flip one of these samples. I'd love to hear it. But yes, if you did not win and any of what I talked about with LANDR is exciting for you, check out the all-in-one pass. Ableton, you go over there. Chat, you come over here. Thank you. So obviously the annual subscription is amazing, $12.50 a month or $150 annually billed, because it's got a ton of resources. Oh, there's even the melodics. So you got some melodics lessons in there. So a couple courses too. Berkeley course pack. Maybe you'll see Professor Claire Lim in one of these. I don't know. There's a Berkeley Online Berkeley course pack included in this package with 5 abridged courses from Berkeley professors and industry professionals.
Wow.
Interesting. Fun. Ableton Live Lite, a bunch of stuff in this package if you want to check it out for yourself. But what I want to say is, what I think might appeal to most of you is the sample plan. So if you're getting a little tired of your current sample provider or sample library, and you want, in my opinion, LANDR has a very not focused, as in they only have one genre sample library, but the collections of samples, I find it a little easier to navigate when I'm looking for a specific sound. That is what I'll say. I logged out accidentally, so I'm not going to show it now. But yeah, there's all that. Compare it to what you're currently getting from a sample provider. If you're not with one yet, LANDR is a great one to start. If you need a distributor, LANDR is another great one to go with. Mastering, if y'all want to master some songs, we've done that live on stream before. That's fun. You can do like a monthly, again, that comes with LANDR Studio, so don't forget about that. Plugins, LANDR makes their own plugins, if you can believe that. And we've done that on the stream too. If you type in like LANDR TAETRO on YouTube, I think you'll find previous streams where we've worked with all the fun stuff. And then Sessions, which is a collaborative tool. So all these individual products are available if one tickles your fancy, but the LANDR Studio bundle has all of the services on one. And we have to thank LANDR for sponsoring this stream. Thank you so much, LANDR, for being a great sport.
Ooh, thanks, LANDR. Ooh.
Thank you to everybody who was here and participating. The stream is not over.
Thanks, everyone.
We are about to transition topics here.
So Mr. TAETRO,
Yeah.
I have a question for you that is perhaps also somewhat related to something that you mentioned just now. So you said, if someone were to flip these samples.
Did you flip the samples?
I did, and this is a secret between me and Chat while you were out with Mr. FedEx guy. Thanks, Chat, for helping keep that a secret. Would you like to hear it?
Yes. Did you flip all of them or just some of them?
All.
And did you put them in one track or did you do multiple tracks?
One track.
That's amazing. Do you want to
Would you like
plug
to
in and show people the session?
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
This is my This is my Halloween.
Wow,
event.
it's a Daltric, a proper Daltric. All right, folks, we are going to switch the tech over to Daltric's computer, and let's see. That could have been worse. It could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
Great, because we have the technology for this. We know we have the technology for this because we did this 24 hours straight. So we're gonna check out Daltric. We're gonna check out Daltric's track. And then we're gonna look at your beats, and then I'm gonna show you my new sneakers.
Oh, I want to see the sneakers.
Can't see them yet. Plug that you need. And it's this one, and Chat's gonna lose the background music. Oh god! I pushed that play button, and one of the LANDR samples started playing.
Oh, that's convenient though. That means it's quite tightly integrated.
Yes, but the background music was also still playing, so it was like this hellscape of a lo-fi chill beat against this synth sample.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna get this all
So I
squared
know you did
away.
like a poppy, like soft rocky type thing, which was great.
You just had to show me up.
No,
babe.
not showing
Talk to
you
Chat. I'm
up.
gonna go
No,
get the
no,
other
no.
chair, 'cause we're gonna
Not
do this
showing you.
anyway.
That's okay. No, I can stand. I am at a suitable enough height where even if I stand, they can see me. So you can you sit. You can totally sit while I stand. It's a benefit of being at different heights. But thanks, Chat, for keeping that a secret. Let's see. He didn't know. Look at it. It was like. Okay. Okay, cool.
But if you want to, you
Thanks.
should sit.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am. Wait. Are we ready? Is the
Oh.
question. So you will have to set the Scarlett as your output.
Yes.
You are indeed plugged in via headphones.
I titled this project Beettober LANDR Surprise.
Ho 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 ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Well, it's not Christmas, but
I know.
Wrong
It soon will
holiday.
be. Let's just check. Okay.
let's just check. Hits the test tone button.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
You can set it to also negative 12 dB, and then you can also do a check. And then you can also do a check while checking frequencies.
Wow.
I also do. Okay.
One moment. We're gonna do the thing where we can both fit on screen. Here we are.
Maybe I'll just let me change this so I
Wow.
can fit all tracks on screen. Still fit? No, not yet.
You did this while I was doing it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Look at this giant project.
And
Chat.
I graded some students, so it all worked out.
Oh, wow.
Like, yay! Cool. Here we go, friends. Well, actually, let me just, this should be fine. Okay.
I hope this isn't.
It won't be too loud. I think it should be okay.
Not only did you flip the samples, but it's a Daltric track. This is also a live performance. Is that your vocal?
Yes. Anything that's exponential, that's from. This would be like verse 2.
Oh, good.
Or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
good use of that guitar. Wow. Any track with exclamation points, Chat, is a
Yes.
sample. Yes, and the synth. I love seeing your session too, because now I'm understanding a little bit of your.
It's the system.
I'm understanding your system. Nice. Wow. Round of
We're done.
applause, chat.
That's
You can't do better than me on my own
No,
stream.
I'm not. But this is
Showing
actually
me
the,
up on my own
but
stream.
this is the format, right? So it's
Yes.
the Daltric template for most Beettober things.
You want to take chat through it?
Oh, okay.
little bit?
Sorry.
Actually,
I just had like a blank
here,
for a
take
second.
my turn, Mike,
no,
because I gotta run
that's
to the
okay.
bathroom.
That's
You can,
okay.
like, tell them a little
That was
bit.
okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Thanks, chat, for letting me share. That was fun.
Also, if you want,
Yes.
you can just show chat instead of showing like a delayed version of the stream too.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, cool. That's great. So that's actually really funny. I forgot. Oh yeah, sorry. It's like after our 24-hour stream, I have like a total like crazy stuff. But thanks everyone, and thanks for keeping the secret from TAETRO while he went to FedExMed. Ha ha ha. Okay, let me switch this to live chat. And let's see. Okay, cool. I think that's fine. But yeah, maybe I'll just show. I'll just I guess show the ones that we took from the LANDR samples. Ooh, whoops, not this one, but this one over. No. This one, I wanted to check my preferences in live. So let me just reset the zoom display. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the first one was that noise loop, which is from the Glasto sounds. So here's a neat trick that I like doing a lot. Instead of having a loop that is just continuously playing, if you drastically change the warp mode to beats, or not if you drastically change the BPM, the segment BPM of a sample. So in this case, the original sample is much slower actually, but we tricked live into thinking that it's faster. You switch the warp mode to beats and you say preserve a quarter note, you end up getting a rhythmic type of thing. And that's also if you bring the transient preservation down, right? So if I brought this up to 100, which is also kind of cool, but I specifically wanted a quarter note type of thing, right? I could also switch this to, let's say, like this, or even 16ths, or 30 seconds. But I wanted a quarter note, because I wanted the right? That sort of thing. Cool, so that was the noise from, was that from Glasto? I don't know, so from a festival. Which festival was the? Glasto? Okay, cool, that's cool. Great, so that's our sample. Let me stop that. What else is here? Oh yeah, the guitar thing, right? So let's take a look at this. Cool. So in this case, oh, should we switch? And we can.
You can say.
Okay, cool. So in this case,
Oh, thank you.
Sure. So in this case, this is the Joshua guitar sample. Note this, that it still has the bottom note in, but the reason why I filtered it so much is that when you combine it with the bass, you can't really tell.
Wait, say that one more time. What can't you tell?
You can't really tell that the root of the...
Oh, the root in that.
because
Yeah.
it's- Instead of... Because this song is in C sharp minor,
Right.
so then you can't really tell when that's layered in.
That's a good lesson for chat because the doesn't necessarily. If you want to add a bass to something, you don't have to keep the bass line if you can pretty much get rid of it
Yeah.
audibly.
It's a little bit of like a... Not necessarily cheating, and traditionally, like if I did just have this sample, maybe I wouldn't use it in this way, but when I combined it together, I was like, oh, that could
I think
work.
it's unnoticeable in the track.
Cool. Thanks. And then this one, let's see what's this one. Okay. So this one was the Piccolo Black loop, and it turned into...
Wow.
This one is another trick that I use, another Daltric, where the original sample was quite different. But in order to get the that's like 12th notes. I use auto filter to get that. So here's before. There's still a little bit of a pulse because I have some side chaining going on. But actually the kick's not playing at the moment. So the pulse is actually just coming from the start point, right, of that loop. And then auto filter. Amount very high. Rate set to 112. Envelope meaning like the emphasis beyond the filter frequency. So you get quite a nice like pulse thing. Yay! So that's the piccolo black loop. Thanks! And then this one is the synth loop, which was originally... This one's from Ayush. So I think originally it was 16th notes, right? At 117 BPM. But I just warped it and just stretched it out so that it becomes a 12-note pattern instead. Cool. And then, what else is there? Harp. What's this one? This one is, I think... Ah, yes, okay, from Gary. So...
The glass.
Yeah, the glass. Which was... I know that, I think that was the one that we were messing around with, right? So same thing, I had to do some stuff. But let's see.
Yeah, grabbing that initial thing, you can isolate the tone.
So then it was just like a mid-range type of arpeggiator. Because the way that I think I initially did it, there's a huge chunk of, EQ compression, EQ compression, EQ compression. Because before this, I think now I remember what I did. So sometimes I do this as well, where if there is let me see if I can show. If there is an example of, let me also turn off arpeggiator.
So we have to wait another year to submit samples. Well, this challenge is over, but what I can say is LANDR has been a great partner in the past with streams and stuff. So maybe we'll do another LANDR sample-esque thing. If you guys are interested, let me know. Maybe LANDR would be interested in too. All right, looking at Spectrum to tune a sample,
so I used,
or to find the tune.
Yeah, Spectrum to find like the fundamental of it, which was around here. And that's how I started getting more specific with the EQ. Because then very aggressive high pass and low pass. And then just multiply that a couple times. So thanks, Spectrum, for your help. Not the internet. We don't like them. Or I don't like them. Sorry.
The band? The internet?
As in, no, Spectrum,
like Steve
the
Lacy
provider.
and... Spectrum, the internet provider. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
Yes, peace and love. War and hate.
Yeah.
Spectrum.
War and hate on Spectrum. And then this one is also another technique for that. This one's the isomatic one. Ah, yes, okay. So it was a chord that I just took the end of the tail of. But let's listen to it. Actually, okay, I know which one this is now. Yeah.
It makes for a good effect.
Nice synth pedal high. So that was cool.
Little slasher film when you just listen to it by itself.
It's like
like a
Psycho.
Yeah, Psycho.
Yeah. Cool. And then Amelia's flute.
Nice.
Same technique for auto filter, but also a shifter, just so I can get multiple octaves of it in.
Shifter.
3
yes,
octaves.
it's just so new that I haven't been using it.
So.
Oh, you know. Because I was thinking of it strictly in terms of transposing a sample, but I realize now you can layer pitches. Yeah. That is a big advantage. And the dry wet. Yes.
And then of course the auto filter trick. Auto filter trick.
That's a great one right there too.
And this one does have a bit of resonance because I wanted that wow 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 thing. Because without it, it'll just be. Right? But I wanted.
Yep.
Cool. And then vocal chops are just me, like you pointed out just now. So. It was from my Day 30 song Vertigo, so I just chopped it up.
Nice. Now, my question is, for those vocal samples, those vocal chops, had you already saved them as a drum rack so you can use it again in the future, or did you?
Yeah.
Do you do that a lot?
Actually, what I didn't necessarily save it, but I pulled it in from the Vertigo project because I knew it was on my desktop.
Look at the project.
So you just open the .als file. And then you can pull in Vox chops. Just drag and drop it here.
You know what? I'm so dumb because I've been reopening projects, saving them to the user library, then reopening the other project, and I can just do that. Yeah, but that takes way longer.
And then you can, if you want specific you know, if I just wanted the chops and I wanted to do different processing, you can actually also go deeper, and it might take a while. This one always takes you can pull in specific devices.
Wow.
Yeah.
So useful. But one thing I do want to get better at is like for instance, those vocal chops, you do vocal chops, like that's kind of part of your sound a little bit. Like if you just had that in your user library, it just would it could make the workflow so much faster if you didn't want to create new chops. And for me, I'm like, okay, I want to make lo-fi drums. I kind of have my favorite sounds or a set of favorite sounds. If I just make a kit that I always start with, at least I would be up and running faster, even if I end up switching out the sounds. Anything like that. Presets that I like, instruments, whatever.
To be honest, same boat. It's I think the only reason I started at first, right? I think when I was producing, it also took a very long time because of that mentality of I need to build stuff from scratch. But I think if there's a bit of a mindset shift and it's like, okay, what tools do I need so that I can set myself up for success?
Yeah.
Then that helps a lot. So that's why now I use like templates a lot, or if I remember something from a project, I pull it over. In this case, I just pulled it over. If I were to rewrite this song, or if I were to do like a top line for this, I would probably rewrite and then sing the vocals and then chop from there. Because when my vocal chop thing that I do, I usually include the vocals from that song.
Then you could potentially grab phrases or stuff from the song.
Why.
Yeah.
So because this song was called Vertigo, so that's why I had like already a go-to go chop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then like Vertigo. So yeah.
And I love the setup of the session. I'm getting
Thanks. Yeah. So color coding is like everything for me. So if you ever look at my videos on Push, right? The reason why I know where everything is because of all the colors. That's it. So the only change I would make probably if I were doing this as a performance is I would shift anything that I am not using actively to the latter of the 8 tracks.
So you mean like any instrument you're not playing?
So yeah, so any instrument that I'm not launching a single clip for. So for example, FX has to be here, drums have to be here because I stopped them. Bass can actually go out. What else is a single launch? I think ARP is definitely a single launch, so this would go here. Vocal chops would definitely go in the first bit also.
You want to explain what you mean a
Yeah,
little bit by
sure.
single launch?
Sorry, yeah. That was very quick. Let's see, this one should also go here. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Then the flute also would be here.
People who are interested in performance, pay attention to this because this is very nicely organized and a great system that you should all steal.
Yeah, please steal it. And then I would move ARP here because, okay, so usually before performing, right? Like if I'm not performing, then do I need anything else? I do need synth pedal high, so then that will come here. Synth high loop, synth pedal high.
So as long as everything you need to individually launch is in the first 8 tracks, that's the ideal situation, right?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So usually my left to right is drums, FX, bass, guitar and synths, higher guitar and synths, orchestra, vocals. So that's the usual left to right. But the reason why I rearrange for live performance, but still try to keep that as much as possible, is on Push, which I use most often, that's an 8x8 grid. And I could move left and right using the arrows, but I don't necessarily want to.
Right.
So some of them, which I can just launch as a scene, don't actually need to be actively visible on Push at a given time if I'm not individually clicking that. But if it's something that I'm adding on, so for example, from verse 1, I need to launch this clip from the flute track for the second half of verse 1.
So you need that individual clip available. You need to be able to see it.
And then I can just go to the next part.
And
I'm not
that
individually
is,
launching bass and pad, so yeah, sorry, cut you off.
No, I was gonna just point that out for chat. So the other things that are beyond the things that you can't see on Push are things that Claire does not need to individually launch in session view. So anything that's only getting launched via scene launch can be off screen essentially. Nice.
Thanks.
That's huge. And then the labeled
Yes, this is a great point too. So intro verse. If I were being even more specific about this, I might do like red for the scenes. This doesn't show up on Push, but on the Launchpad X, the corresponding scene buttons will also be color coded in that fashion.
Oh, that's great.
So so PC would be, I usually do like purple for PC, so do purple.
Now, I know you do largely use Push, and you just mentioned the Launchpad. So one question I had was, why not more Launchpad, being just that it is, you can accomplish the same thing. It's a bit smaller.
Yeah. Actually, I have it in my bag. I brought
you did bring it.
Yeah.
Because it's a great tool, but I wonder what puts push over the edge for you for, because even non-Launchpad X, you could switch to playing an instrument as well. So I wonder.
No knobs.
No knobs.
Yeah,
So
no
one
knobs.
controller that can do something versus Launchpad plus
Yeah.
another knob controller. That makes sense.
No knobs, and also easier to see scale.
I see.
Change scales. You can change scales on the Launchpad, but on Launchpad X, for example. But the way it's kind of laid out, because it doesn't have a screen, like Push has the screen.
You kind of have to remember.
You have to remember
that
where
scales this.
things are, which is okay. By now I've memorized it, but it did take me a while to memorize that, right? So.
And for knobs on the Push, are you navigating between devices, or do you often like map what the knobs do? Like, are you jumping between these are now volume knobs versus like that's effects or
live
something?
performance, always mapping.
Always mapped.
macro mapping. If it's more production mode, then I'll click and blah blah. But yeah.
That's great.
Thanks
Wow.
for letting me share.
I didn't think we would be able to do this great stuff. Shout out to everybody who stayed in chat, because now this part of the stream is way more gold than what we just did.
No,
Jeez.
not at all. Not at all.
There was some nice stuff in the chat. Oh, too far.
Oh, sorry.
KB Rect says, this is a cool session. Thank you for bringing Daltric, and thank you, Daltric, for coming on
You're
TAETRO's
most
channel.
welcome. Thanks, KB Rex, and thanks also for spelling my name right, even after some people still got it wrong after yesterday's trivia.
Yes, and don't forget that Daltric has a whole channel all of her own. If you want more tutorials and stuff, the link is in the description for Daltric's channel. And what was I gonna? Somebody else said a nice thing too. I guess now we can go up.
Oh, sorry. It's like.
And by the way, we're gonna be reviewing your beats in a moment. My question is, will we see Daltric again? You just forgot the exclamation point for the I, but it's okay. Fia. My question is, will we see Daltric again on the stream in the future? Yes, definitely. Anytime Daltric is in LA, you have to come on the stream.
Yeah, I would love to.
But
yay.
Claire has already said, let's do it again next year for Beettober.
Please,
so
yeah,
there's at least that.
I would be happy to help.
Wuzlo says, Daltric is so good. I'm trying to learn the syntax and she's distracting me.
Please learn the syntax. Don't let me distract you. No, don't. Please learn the
Wuzlo
syntax.
posted it in Discord. Maybe I can bring it up later. Like one of the first like blurbs in the syntax manual. It's like quite beautiful for a manual.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Specifically.
I love reading manuals, as you know. So,
Sounds like the syntax one is a good one.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks everyone for the kind words. Really appreciate it. I hope this was helpful. I mean, I like breaking things down because I think sometimes I used to do this too, even when watching your videos, and I still do sometimes. It's like, wow, that's incredible. It's so complex.
Just seeing behind the curtain of an artist that does something that is always like, like there's like from all different artists, from you for sure. I mean, I just learned a shit ton about these performances from you.
Thanks.
I mean, because my session performances would be all over the place, which would frustrate me about doing performances in like session view. And I realized, well, it was frustrating because I didn't have a system that I was doing every time. Your system, I think the moral of this story is like traditional instrumentalists, when you pick up a cello, it's a cello. When you pick up a guitar, it's a guitar. Sure, you can change tunings on a guitar, maybe, but it's the same. Generally, it's the same tunings, the same voicings, the same construction of an instrument. With electronic music, the one great thing and problem is you can have a different experience every time or a different system every time. So you have to make systems for yourself. So you truly use Ableton Live and Ableton Push as an instrument, whereas you pick it up to do a performance and it is systemized. It is the same every time or close.
And on that note, right, because remember that dragging thing that we did just now, like dragging in projects? That's actually all that I do when I do like full live sets.
You just bring in, do you have a template or do you you bring in another?
Yeah,
you bring in live sets. So if you want to do different songs.
Yeah. So for example, like if I'm doing this with Vertigo, like right, if I wanted to do it like back to back with Vertigo, let's find Vertigo. I didn't close out the folder structure, so it should still be here.
As you're doing that, I'm curious to know, how do you organize it so you know what song is what? Like once you bring in a second song, like
great song. Great question.
Great song.
It's also great song. So let's say this, right? Then I'll probably redo the scene launches over here, but we'll group these into Vertigo. Maybe Vertigo is song number 2 in the live set. 02 Vertigo. And then maybe this is for now, I'm just going to call this Ho 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 because it's
Because why not?
Because that was what I titled. So Ho 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 is the #1 song, right? Then one thing I also try to do is just make sure, just super very quickly, just double check. And this is actually why sometimes I have a form track.
I want to say,
Yeah.
chat, pay attention because Claire just dropped in a total other live set. But as you might notice, it looks quite similar in structure and in like organization to the other project. That's that system at work. So I just want to make sure everybody pays attention. O2 Vertigo is a completely separate Ableton live set that just got dragged into this current project.
Well, let's see. What else is... Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of it for now. I do still have warnings here. The others are backed up on my hard drive and so on. But yeah, I mean, even here... so I want to do Ho Ho. Vertigo, I think, was 122 BPM. So then Ho 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 will be 126 in the master track. Vertigo, here's the first scene. So there we go. So
you can do that whole song, and then you're just going to navigate down and over to the next song.
Yeah, if I'm doing like a transition, we'll do something like this. Here's the outro. Just drums, only drums. Only the drums. Let's go to vertical.
We're transitioning from one song to the other, chat. Pay attention. Got both drum tracks going.
Yeah, and then I probably reorganize this a bit.
Yeah.
Like here, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And now we are fully in the next song.
Maybe just here first. And then slowly decrease tempo. I use a knob on push for this.
Yeah.
And then here we go.
So now we're in the next song, fully in it.
Vertigo. Then we go over this. Oh, I'm holding on to vertigo.
And one last question, not to make you do a whole masterclass right now.
Sure, no problem.
Where's your vocal track live in this? It doesn't live in these groups, I assume. I assume it lives in a track on its own.
It does for Beettober.
But
otherwise,
that's
I would indeed take it out. So I
like if you were doing a big long live set with a bunch of songs.
If it was a big long live set, then I would take Vox in, put it out here, and then I would be able to like just clearly see where I am.
Billback says, "Damn." Gary says, "Crazy."
Thanks, friends. And then I want to clean this up, right? So see how there's 2 scenes here? I just need one in between.
Yeah, like one like that clearly shows you the division on the controller.
Color that so that it's white. So
Nice.
Here's end of one song. Let's go to the next one.
As we say in Massachusetts, wicked smart. Wicked smart. Thank you, Daltric.
Yeah.
Can you hit the SC button and give yourself a round of applause? Please.
Can I play the
I
techno
would do it if
button
I
instead?
could. Go ahead. Go ahead, as we also say in Massachusetts. Oh, that's just showing the couch now. You've been given too much power.
Sorry.
Good question. We're going to transition into doing the beat reviews.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh my god, I totally forgot. Now it's taking up so much time. Okay.
No,
anyway,
that's fine. That's like way
I'll just pull out,
cooler.
so for
and I'm sure the audience is not mad at all. But Zhao F said, and you can answer this while I'm switching the tech maybe, what's your buffer size when performing live?
Okay. I say care less about buffer size and more about overall latency value. To kind of go back to the question, right? It is more so about latency value. So I like, for example, if you're feeling as if you have a lot of if there is a significant amount of time between when you press a button and when an action in live is executed, then that means your buffer size number of samples is too large. But so a number that I often ask my students to look out for especially is 15 and 7. 15 because usually most people are sensitive to around 15 milliseconds of overall latency, which means that there's going to be 15 milliseconds, even though it seems short, 15 milliseconds between the time that you do something and then your computer responds, right? The other number 7 is because sometimes for people who have a little bit more experience on an acoustic instrument, they might their reaction sensitivity might potentially be closer to 7 seconds. It is for me in my case, because actually around 7, 8, sometimes 9 seconds, that is the round trip normal latency for piano action, acoustic piano action. So the moment a pianist presses the key to when the piano sound comes back to them, if I'm not wrong, if this is wrong, someone feel free to correct me, but from what I remember, that's about like 7 or 8 milliseconds.
I never even considered it
so for
real
me, that's
life
why
instrument.
so for me, that's why I'm a little more sensitive, because it's true, even normal instruments like acoustic instruments, there is somewhat
it takes time for you to
latency
press a button and
time.
for a hammer to hit a string on a piano.
It does, the acoustic piano action. So so I'd say, if back to the question, right, buffer size and performing life, usually if I'm using my Apogee Duet interface, which I have in my back as well, then I can do 128 will usually give me about 8 milliseconds of time, so I usually do 128.
Wow. More of an in-depth answer than I could ever give, folks.
That's something that I do with my students very specifically in my professor head.
Professor vibes.
So I know, right? So that's why I'm working on my other channel, the Small Prof, which is still very much in development. But if anyone's curious about, like, intermediate to advanced stuff, that's what I intend on covering on that channel. Because while I do love doing beginner things, I think there also needs to be a space for sometimes more like in-depth advanced questions. And I usually end up covering quite a lot of that with my students in the college setting. So, yeah.
How do I find it? Oh, I spelled small wrong. Small.
Oh yeah, the Small Prof. I have one breakdown video already, but
This
it's a little
in development.
It's a little channel. It's
Yes.
a little.
It's little. It's small, like the Small Prof. Channel. Go.
Oh God.
Subscribe.
Oh no.
Subscribe to it. Subscribe it, and just know it's a
It's the
currently
Small
in
Prof.
develop. So
But there's already one video there that has like an active annotated Ableton live set. So for example, like if you're ever wondering what somebody is doing in a live set, there's like full annotations of
oh,
stuff.
it's like kind of like movies with commentary.
So
we get to-
if you click the center, or just like anywhere in the timeline over here,
I'm gonna show chat what we're doing with that button.
like anywhere in like the middle. Yeah, sure.
I have background music playing.
That's okay. It'll be like low pass filter on all sounds, stop drum clip. And then you can see like exactly at what movement and
Yep.
reverb throw on vocals, and then
It's like seeing your brain typed out.
my brain launch riser.
That's dope.
Thanks. Okay, that's enough because I don't want this.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. It doesn't matter.
Don't want this
It's fine.
to be
I didn't consider
yes.
it. This is a good one though.
Thank
Go
you.
watch it.
Thanks, friends.
This actual performance is also on your
It
proper
is,
YouTube
yeah.
channel,
So
right?
the proper YouTube channel is
You as an artist.
Daltric as an artist, and then the Small Prof is me breaking down is Claire breaking down Daltric stuff.
Got
So-
it. Well, here's what we are going to do, chat. We are going to listen to your Beettober beats one last time. So if you never submitted a Beettober beat, would love to hear it. If you want to submit one that started earlier or that came from earlier in the month, that would be great too. Maybe you've already like submitted beats before, but you're like, I really wish TAETRO and Daltric would listen to this one. Great, do that. Let's start a Q&A. I don't know what this does. Say something.
Oh, like ask
Ask us.
Yeah, ask us music and creative questions.
Music.
That was yesterday, right? We did that
and
too.
creative questions. So I don't know how this little chat thing works. Creative questions. But I'm gonna hit start Q&A in chat, and you all will be able to
Okay.
answer questions. Maybe
Test.
is a test. And
What do you say?
now.
Ah.
Oh, I don't love that. They could just ask us questions in chat, and then we could see all of chat. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so smart. Actually,
That's
this is
great.
cool because now, bear with me, chat. Now, what I can do is do this. Nope. And I can pop out a second chat window for just chat. And we'll keep questions down in the lower. So if you have a specific question for myself or for Daltric, please go ahead and leave it in the Q&A field. We will see it super clearly, I think. I don't know. This is kind of a weird feature. I don't know if people will actually use it, but we'll see. We've got it in a separate window, so don't worry. But now I've got a tweet, and it is posted and pinned to the top of this chat. If you want to go to that tweet and leave your Beettober beats. Yes, do it. We have a bunch here to check out. Some producers that have been mainstays over the course of Beettober. So let's do one last beat review. Beat review for Beettober. I'll open these while we start listening to this. I just don't want to dox my address, you know? All right. Chat, you've been amazing. This community has been amazing. Claire, you've been amazing.
Thank you. Oh, I actually just caught a question from Crystal from earlier on, so not part of a new question. But Crystal was wondering if I'm a Virgo. 100% yes.
How could they know that?
Perfectionist.
Ah.
To my detriment.
What am I, chat? You don't know. You can't tell me.
Oh, no, now they're going to ask that as a question.
Well, I like it better if they guessed. Because if they guessed, then that's more interesting than if I just tell them.
That is true.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, anyway, we're supposed to be listening to a beat. Let's go, Rashane, the first reply we have here. Crystal says, I knew it, in reference to your... Oh, happy Halloween, day 31. By the way, Daltric and I will be recording our collab later today. Cool costume. Sean Paul costume.
Nice. I love the Jamaica sleeve. That's awesome.
Diplo type beats to pitch to Rihanna. Okay.
Yay!
Thank you, Rashane.
That was awesome.
Nice. Careful on that initial sound. It sounds just a little bit muddy and a little bit clippy. It's got phaser on it or something. Or maybe that's contributing. You can say. The movement is causing some distortion.
Yeah. I think it might be because of the resonant value of the filter.
Yes. That's a good thing. Check the resonant value of the filter. But great musical idea. Vocal samples are cool. Chord progression is cool. Overall feel and vibe is cool. And Rashane, great job all Beettober, I will say. We definitely saw Rashane looking happy and fully jamming out by the end of Beettober, dancing and smiling and rapping. Thank you. Snacks with doll snacks.
Daltric.
Claire snacks. You guys want to see the sneakers? They're New Balances.
Yeah.
What kind of New Balances are they? Guess in chat. Guess. We had a question, but I'm going to rephrase it. Actually, no. Piccolo Black had a question first that said, will you ever release session templates for your respective genres?
Oh, yeah. That's a great question.
I think it's not a bad idea, but I will say that I, at this moment, probably will never do it unless I specifically do a project that's meant to be shared, only because it takes a lot of effort to organize something in a way, probably actually not for you. You could easily share your projects, I think. For me to share a project, I would have to put a lot of extra work to unravel the inner workings of what was going on in my brain when I made the project.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think I would. Maybe a simple one, but not a super extensive one, because I actually tried to do this for some of my students before. I gave them one of my projects, which is fine. But then I realized that for a lot of them, and this isn't to say that it'll happen to everybody, but a lot of them in that given moment where they received the project were like, oh, I have this thing that now I can kind of just use as a template forever and forever and forever. And some of them ended up not actually looking at anything specifically, but just reusing stuff. So
they never learned what the magic was behind it for
Yeah.
themselves. And then
So it inadvertently ended up in that situation being more of spoon feeding. So I don't think I would do it again, because this is maybe more of my educational perspective, educational
you could sell it in that case.
perspective. I could sell it in that case, but I think, I don't know. I'm sure some people would feel okay with this, but I don't know. I don't feel like my conscience would be clean enough to do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying like you should sell it. I'm saying if you wanted to give a project to somebody simply to have them use it verbatim as it is,
Yeah.
that could be a product you could sell, versus you are a teacher trying to teach a student and you were trying to give them a little behind the scenes kind of peek so that
Yeah.
they could develop their own systems. But
For
what
sure.
they ultimately did was use it like a product that they pulled off the
Yeah.
shelf. So
Or even just like another flip side of that is then I had like one student who was like, oh, this is a bit more of an attitude of like, oh, this is the holy grail, it's perfect and stuff, and certainly not. No. So that was another.
pretty close.
No.
But that said, you have this amazing system. If I started implementing this system, ultimately in doing so, there would be probably just some differences based on my
Yeah.
situation, what a particular thing I want to do. But
Yeah.
everybody who just watched it could essentially start creating the system, but they'd be doing it themselves, and ultimately through that process probably would make it their own somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's a good answer.
If that's
Yes. All right, we'll enter the next question after we listen to Piccolo Black's next beat. Somebody,
Nice.
I said, what kind of New Balances did I get? Somebody said 550. That's isomatic. They are 550s. Want to be more specific? It's a new drop. If anybody knows anything about sneakers, which I don't really know anything about sneakers, but
Are they white?
no. Heck yeah.
Yeah, Emperor Zoya. Nice.
You see what I mean when I say like Piccolo Black, winner of today's giveaway, by the way,
Yay, Piccolo.
has got a sound.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't have a sensibility like this when it comes to making music. When I think in terms of music, I'm trying to break this, and I think I'm doing it less and less nowadays. I'm trying to break like conventions and habits that I usually fall into, like song structure, or let's start with a chord progression that automatically like sets you on a path.
Yeah.
This is more like about the overall collection of sounds, the overall vibe, the overall everything.
This is great.
It's hard to put a finger on, but I admire that about Piccolo Black's music.
Thanks, Piccolo Black.
A true creative. Hi, Amelia. Welcome. Question for you. These snacks, they got like so first of all, I love the idea of having like a crunchy outer shell, and then for some of them, there's like a peanut in the middle. Is there a fish angle to them as well?
Yeah.
It doesn't. When somebody says, "Is there a fish angle?" It probably doesn't sound very good, but to me, it tastes very good. But I was just wondering,
Yeah.
is that true?
So
Is that actually what?
I don't speak Japanese, but there are some, in certain types of Japanese writing, there are commonalities between Korean and Chinese as well. So in Japanese, they will call this style of writing kanji.
Mm-hmm.
In Korean, it's hanza. And then in Chinese, it's hanzi. And that's these. So these two ones over here mean flavor of the sea in Mandarin.
Ah, the flavor of the sea.
Highway, yeah. I'm not sure what they are in Japanese. If someone knows how to read kanji, please let us know.
Wow.
But yeah.
Nice. Hey, Piccolo Black, thanks for that submission and great work, all
Yay!
Beettober. Please go to the individual pages of the people we're listening to today and see what they got cooking up. Piccolo Black, did you win this M30? Did you win an M32? I just don't know who won what. I forget. And now I see you with an M32. I was like, wait, did Piccolo Black win an M32?
Too many
Well, one
things.
thing I do know Piccolo Black won was a LANDR Studio pass. And where are we at? LANDR in chat even said this is dreamy.
Thanks, LANDR.
About Piccolo's.
And welcome to folks who just
Piccolo
joined.
Black won the 343 Labs giveaway. I got it. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, there was a question. Not a huge fan of this question style, so let me rephrase it. But I guess the general sense is, what food? Okay, you can either
Oh, I see.
make something
Okay.
not exist forever. You can snap a finger and it would never exist. Then there's something that maybe, let's say, will only exist sometimes. And then you can snap a finger and say,
All the
this will
time.
never go away and I can have it whenever I want it for foods. So which one, Chinese food, Italian food, and Mexican food? You can Thanos snap, one goes away. You can Thanos snap and one is instantly in front of you at all times. And you can Thanos snap and maybe every other time. I like food too, but rank them. Chinese, Italian, Mexican. Ranked.
I don't want any of them to go away.
Okay, then just rank them.
Okay,
Ignore the
sorry.
Thanos snap. Chinese food, Italian food, Mexican food. I'll tell you what. All Thanos snap Italian food disappear off the face of the earth. I don't need it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man, I really like
Peace
food.
out, Italian food. I really like food too, but Italian.
Oh,
What
okay.
about it? Not good. That was Italianophobic. Perhaps?
no, I
No.
so one second. Is any of your family Italian or
No, strictly like Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Even pizza. That's a good point. But is American pizza Italian food? Or without Italian food ever having existed, would American
think
pizza
It
exist?
wouldn't, but I would
Right.
say
It is not.
if I had to honestly, if out of those four I had to snap, I'd snap pizza.
Like
Thanos
snap it out
yeah,
of
like,
existence?
Yeah,
Pizza not your favorite?
pizza I eat,
Mm-hmm.
but not necessarily like if you say Italian or Chinese or Mexican, immediately things pop into my head and I'm like, ooh, yum. But pizza, maybe this is also because of like hashtag tour life and hashtag studio life, but like I've had so many pizzas
I've had just too many pizzas
over
for a
time that
lifetime.
it's like, whoa, right? Yeah, this is all.
I'm ranking it first place. Well, last place Italian food. Second place Mexican food. I love a birria taco or a burrito just generally. And then number one Chinese food. And I guess the only real reference I have for that, I've had some actual Chinese dishes that are not like American fast food Chinese food, but American Chinise food does
Right.
slap. For a New Year's Eve dinner. I don't
Oh,
know why it's so
man.
popular for New Year's Eve. in America.
Daltric.exe is broken. Like,
That's interesting. Meanwhile, you've just done a master class on like your Ableton live session and like popped off about that, stymied by a question about food. Why don't you think about it? And we're going to listen to Super Donkey World, Dunk Funk VGM. Do you know anything about this person? You know this person from chat, Duncan
yeah, from
something?
chat. Yeah.
But
from
do you know
chat.
what they're doing for Beettober?
No, but this looks great.
Let
Is
me
that-
give you a
is
little
that-
background.
Oh, I think I might be able to guess, but this
So
is great.
All of Beettober, what they've been doing is
Nice.
creating a soundtrack for this idea for a game that they have called Super Donkey World.
Super cool.
So every day of
Nice.
Beettober has like been a different theme from this game, which I think is a super awesome way
That
to
is
approach
awesome.
Beettober.
I love also each of the
The artwork,
thumbnails. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
artwork. Yeah.
because they
That's
all
beautiful.
are kind of like
Yeah.
descriptive of what type of.
For sure.
So I guess it's only appropriate. This is a little sad actually that this is the finale. I guess the end credits of the game.
Oh.
So Dunk Funk, let's listen to it. But first, Dunk Funk is always coming in a little loud. guess it was a happy ending to the game.
That's awesome! Yay! Like you won.
Can't wait for the sequel.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, this is like the hope you come again
Yes.
to Disneyland vibe. I love this so much. That part. That's awesome.
Wow, a brilliant finale to the Super Donkey world. Thank you, Dunk Funk.
Wow.
You are to be commended. I wish we would have done this one last because it could have been like the finale
Yeah.
of Beettober. Yes. Dunk Funk said, I'm incredibly proud of myself
Yes,
for committing
you
to
should
this
be.
challenge, and I definitely feel as though I have grown as a musician in many ways. That is what it is all about for Beettober. I'm proud of you as well, Dunk Funk. Really, really fantastic job, all Beettober. I think you probably inspired some other producers in the community as well with this concept, with this whole idea. Really, really, really good job. And folks, don't go away after Beettober. Like, we're not going to be doing a monthly challenge, a daily challenge, but we are still going to be hanging out for streams. We're going to be hanging out in Discord, doing fun videos, all that. So Beettober is not the end. It is only the beginning.
Wow.
This is a great finale. And the other thing I've been trying to say to Dunk Funk, sure, this could be just be a passion project that you had fun, you learned, but now Dunk Funk has 31 video game based themes that if Super Donkey World doesn't get made as a game, somebody out there is making a game and needs a soundtrack. Whether or not you find another creative where it's a passion project for both, so there's no money involved, or whether or not there's people hiring game composers for an app or something.
A whole like portfolio thing.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Piccolo Black just said that too.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a whole like great collection of stuff to pitch and so on.
Yes, like it's basically you could make an online resume that says like ending theme or jungle theme or ocean theme, and like a potential client or a potential game maker that wants to hire a composer could go to your website and be like, yes, I want this.
Yeah.
Great job, Dunk Funk. You did a great job. It inspired me with this general concept too.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
definitely
great.
going to be thinking about that for a while. How can
Super cool.
it'll at least be inspiration when I advertise for Beettober next year and be like, this person created a whole game soundtrack. You could create your own theme for Beettober and like come up with your own concept to take on. All right, Dunk Funk.
That was
one more round of
great.
applause.
Yay,
Great
thank
job.
you. I have a quick note. So
Yeah.
I noticed that on the stream, I think maybe why people aren't
Because
Yeah.
what happens if you hit? Okay. What if I do this? I bet. Oh, okay, cool. Ask us something should be there at the top of the chat. I wonder if it went away for you because you asked a question. But
I don't
who
think
can
no,
say?
it's still there.
That's true.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I understand
What
what
when
you
you
mean.
asked the first question?
Yeah.
But I guess it wouldn't reappear if I took out the pin thing. All right. Anyway, if you do have a question, it's fine. Throw it in the Ask Q&A. We'll just do that little extra Q&A, a little something special for you all on this last day of Beettober. But, of course, we're going to keep going. CJ has been, of course, working hard all Beettober.
Ooh,
And it's a collab with Alex Arcana. Or Alexa Carna. Do you think it's Alex Arcana? Oh, never mind, it is. Or Alexa Carna. I wish it was a mystery. I wish
Alexa
I didn't know.
Arcana.
Yeah. We're going to hit the play button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time it. Oh.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly,
The monster was
to
the
my
cat.
surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash from the laboratory in the castle east.
Okay, Little Red Riding Hood.
Master bedroom where the vampires feast. All the ghouls came from their humble abodes just to get a jolt from my electrodes. They played the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash.
We're gonna get claimed for Monster Mash.
It caught on in a flash.
Maybe.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having
Oh, I like this.
fun.
Does this happen in the real song?
The party
break.
had just begun. The guests included the Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sound. Igor on chains, backed by baying hound. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocals.
Ah!
What just happened?
Put the full version on YouTube, please.
That was great. Yay.
That was great. That's a fantastic way to end off CJ. End off Beettober. I can tell you were having a lot of fun during Beettober. So shout out to you for all the videos that you created.
Thank you.
This was great. This was a very fun, amazing ending. It is on YouTube. Fantastic.
Well, so I just saw a thing from Piccolo Black, which is worth maybe doing a quick thing about. Can you get claimed for a rendition? Yeah.
Yep.
I have
Covers.
been before, many times. So, yeah, even if it's totally different, like, yeah,
Yep.
YouTube.
Volky, throw your SoundCloud link on Twitter. I'm feeling generous. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Volky asked if they could
questions,
do
right.
a non Beettober beat, but keep it. Don't tell
Ooh.
anybody. Don't tell anybody. Just between us. Okay. Usually it's a no, but today's the last day of Beettober. All right. Chadwick Ryder, a little synthwavy vibes. We are
Ooh.
not going to listen to this entire 5 minutes and 21 seconds, but we'll listen
Or
to
not.
enough to get a vibe. You're driving too fast. Be careful.
Yes, crazy.
He's cruising for something. Had a chance to learn more about what my Artifon Orba this weekend. Here's a little track I created this morning solely on Orba with Ableton in celebration of Beettober. And Artifon even commented and
Ooh,
said,
yes.
"Ooh, yes." And if we hover over Artifon's page,
Yeah.
we'll see my hands.
Oh, there are your
Yes,
hands.
there are your hands.
And it's orange, similar to this pumpkin. Which we'll eat
Oh,
later.
that would have been a funny gag for the Orba video. I could have started doing this. Yeah, that would have been funny. 550 New Balances indeed, but what kind of 550 New Balances are they? This is a good backtrack for this. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit so we can get to some. Maybe there will be some drums. Let's go with the finale of the song. Ah. Okay, nothing is happening the way I wanted to.
That's okay. Golden ratio? Ah.
Well, there's vocals. Vocal sample? You can fast forward to 135, said Chadwick Ryder.
Oh.
I think I skipped over 135.
Oh, I see. I love the vocals though. Those are nice.
Yeah. It sounds like, who sings? There's a specific vocal style.
Lyrics are you
Only just a dream. Yeah, I think it is that. It's in the tantrums. More than just a dream. That's what they reminded me of. I was supposed to go to 135. Oh, yeah, see, I skipped from the intro to the outro. I like that kick pattern. Chadwick Ryder, question for you. Oh, you did say you're using Ableton. Never mind.
I like the visualizer of the music too.
Mhm.
That's really nice.
Chadwick Ryder, great work. Great job. Thank you for being a great participant in Beettober.
Thanks, Chadwick. Thank you, Chadwick Ryder.
Thank you for being a supporter of the channel. Thank you for being a great community member. Great work. A great send-off. Great synthwave send-off, some would say. Some would say it's a synthwave send-off. Some might say. Anyway, listen, chat. I got myself the Comme des Garçons New Balance 550s. Check it out.
Congrats on the new shoes. Those are great.
Is it really something worth congratulations?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Of course.
Thank you for the congratulations.
Yeah. It's like it's a great one.
They do also come in white, and I was very torn about getting the white ones, but here's what happens. I buy nice New Balances, and they'll usually be like a tan or a white or light color.
Yeah. And then
I don't take care of my shoes. And they just get scuffed up or something happens.
Yeah.
As you can see, I've already changed. Well, the shirt I was wearing earlier today, before when we were doing the Indomie, I changed out of that shirt because inevitably I made a mess of my shirt.
Oh.
I'm just a mess.
That's okay.
Anyway.
I can't wear white shoes anymore. And it's funny because Amina's in the chat now, and maybe she resonates with this too. But anytime I see white shoes, it reminds me of school. Because in Singapore,
you have to wear white shoes.
You have to wear white shoes to school.
Is there a whole uniform situation?
There is a whole uniform situation.
And every school.
Yeah, pretty much. Some have black shoes, but like most of the time it's white shoes. And like I remember memories of me like prepping for school, and then the next day, and it's like I sit there with my shoe whitener, and I'm like,
yeah.
Ooh. Anyway.
Ooh. Gives me the heebie-jeebies like just thinking about it.
20 plus years ago, but still gets me. Like, ooh.
Anyway, enough about scary white shoes. Let's talk about scary robots from TI-80 Mark. Here we go. TI-80 Mark, who creates beautiful little stop-motion movies with each of his tracks. And I'll say from last year, from the previous year before Beettober to now, TI-80 Mark's sound has also improved. He's got like a very like dark synthy vibe going on. It seems like has a lot more focus musically as well. So it's been cool to see that progression. But let's go ahead and start TI-80 Mark's video, going deeper into the abyss, leaning hard into the weird, my final video for Beettober. Good Triceratops. Chunky bass. Ah, that's it? I wanted more.
Oh no. I like that it's swung.
That one doll looks like it's like flirting with the other dolls almost. Robot just looks so sinister. One character that does persist through these videos is like the snare playing.
He's great.
Yeah. Good snare player. Very in time.
Yeah.
Great rhythm.
It's like, ooh.
That one. Look, he's not only playing snare. They are not only playing snare. They're on the pad.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Great job, TI-80 Mark. Great job
Yay.
Continuing on with the animations. I mean, even from when TI-80 Mark started doing the stop motion animations, they've gotten better and better. So,
that's awesome.
Good job. Wow. Of course. I was wondering before I refreshed this thread if we would indeed get a TI-80 Mark. TI-80 Mark joint. All right, here we go. We're going to continue on. I got Isomatic, I got Crystal, I got Volky. If you don't see your beat here, but you know you posted it, please let me know in chat. And if you don't see your beat here and you want to get it in last minute, go ahead. Put it on the Twitter, my tweet from today, and you can do it. Isomatic.
Our close second up from yesterday. Second runner-up.
True. I love this guitar line. reactor.
Cool. Really?
Yes. Like I thought that was really cool, but I never have a good
That was
reaction.
awesome. No. I guess I do react quite strongly to music that I enjoy or art. And I've done that for visual like videos too. But it's nice. It's great. There was a moment where I closed my eyes and I listened, and the panning was so nice. The guitar panning was so nice. It's closer to the beginning, but.
Nice.
I love that. It's very nice.
Little dreamy outro. Yeah, Isomatic. If you can nail this song style, you could have like a whole. I could listen to a whole album of these style
Beautiful.
tracks.
Yeah.
It's like very like kind of old emo style, but then with the lo-fi kind of hip hop drums in there. Really nice.
So nice.
Texas is the Reason. Have you ever heard of this band? Kind of like a whole, very old, much older like emo band. Texas is the Reason. Isomatic. Check them out. Because
Texas,
like
as
old,
in the state?
yes, Texas is the Reason. Like some of their older first albums, but like older, especially like Midwest emo does this thing where they have very clean guitars, maybe finger picked like this, and even like Midwest emo leans into like math rock. It blurs the edge where there's those fast guitar lines that are also like tapped and stuff. But check them out if people like that kind of music, or Isomatic, check them out.
So nice. Thanks, Isomatic.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good job, good job, good job. And good job, all
Clap, clap,
Beettober.
clap, 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 clap,
Clap,
clap,
clap,
clap,
clap,
clap, clap,
clap. Definitely no Texas. That was me. Oh, that was you listening to Texas is the Reason? Yes, yeah. Crystal McMullen. I have listened to this beat already, but it's a nice little spooky
Nice.
vibe.
Oh. That's awesome. So cool. Oh yeah.
It was
That was
almost
so
gonna go into like a
cool.
dubstep break, but it didn't quite.
Oh, that's awesome though.
Very awesome combining
Super
your vocal
cool.
talents with your production talents. Crystal,
Yay, Crystal.
there was something
Super cool.
specifically that
I
I
love
wanted
that.
to shout out, but now I have to listen to it back to remember what it was. First of all, the high note, the like glide up to the high note,
Yeah.
very impressive. Oh, the strings, that's
oh, yeah,
what it was.
So nice. Those are awesome.
Beautiful violin line.
Yeah.
Perfect melody over this spooktacular beat, some would say. Round of applause. Yeah, I think go deeper, Crystal, into the vocal
That was
layering
awesome.
and the vocal recording and stuff.
So cool.
And one thing that I was saying for myself is like creating samples for myself, not thinking about music making process, but thinking about the music.
No, you stopped before. Yeah, the dubstep.
And the
I
candle
like-
blowout at
It
the
was
end.
so good.
But
love
I was gonna
that.
say, separating like the idea creation from the song creation. Like if I could just sit down and make a bunch of samples for myself and not be stressed about like making a track, that could be fun to do. Like essentially make my own sample library to come back to. So what I'm saying for Crystal is like, if I'm you and I have a voice like that, I'd just
beautiful.
sit and record a bunch of vocal ideas, put them into a folder, and then for the rest of however long you can pull from that folder. Like it's like just you pulling your own samples. I don't know. That's aspirational.
That's awesome. Yay, thanks, Crystal.
We have Volky. And we'll just double check to make sure we didn't miss anybody else. And this is we're coming to our conclusion of our final Beettober stream. But Manny had a question, a Beettober related question, and says,
"Oh yes,
I didn't end up meeting my goal of making at least 5 videos / beats this Beettober, and I'm feeling bummed about it. Granted, I have been juggling other stuff, but what helps you make music consistently?" It's a big question. We did also talk. I think the call-in stream was a great part of the 24-hour stream. It's on the channel, which, by the way, I'll show you all. But if you go to the main channel page, all those videos are in a playlist that you can watch back in order or jump to the part you want. Call-in show had a lot of great advice in it, but we did talk a little bit about, consistency, how to keep up with it, and whatever. I mean, one thing though. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna read the question again.
I was gonna say, with Beettober specifically, with a challenge where it's like make daily beats or hit your goal of whatever. There is not just a reliance on inspiration or reliance on how you're feeling on a certain day or any of that. It is purely going to come down to discipline. With anything that is meant to be challenging for you, it's going to come down to discipline. To consistently make 31 beats in a month, you have to discipline yourself. And I'm not going to speak for everybody's situation because I don't know what everybody's situation is. I don't know how many hours they have at the end of the day, how many minutes they have at the end of the day to make, specifically a beat video, right? What I will say is, I'm willing to bet everybody, regardless, pending any like extreme circumstances, nearly everybody has an amount of time at the end of the day to make something each day, especially in the context of a specific challenge. So it's about actually knowing how much time that is, like doing math, as much as I hate it, and subtracting everything you have to do from 24 hours, sleep, eat, family, work, commute time, time spent in the bathroom, like literally that granular, time spent walking from the door of your car to the door of door of your workplace or whatever, and just subtracting that from 24 and knowing what the actual number is at the end of the day. Maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe you have an extra hour, maybe you have an extra 2 hours, but maybe if you spend that extra 2 hours working on music, your brain will be absolutely fried, which means you need an hour, maybe you need 90 minutes to watch Netflix in a day just to decompress. But then if you're left with even 30 minutes, even 10 minutes, whatever you're left with, if you take that and you know that that's the amount of time that you have, the parameters of what you are able and capable of doing depends on how much time you have. So if you have 10 minutes a day, you're not going to put together a Daltric style song and performance in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I bet Daltric could do that.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I couldn't do that. In 10 minutes, maybe I could. What could I possibly do? A very simple beat, and simple meaning like bass, drums, a pre-made sample that I'm chopping and a melody on top. I could accomplish that in 10 minutes. So it's about figuring out how much you can accomplish in the amount of time that you have. You don't know how to do that if you don't know how much time that you have.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have too much else to add. I think like that was actually kind of what got me, I think, successful last year in Beettober, because I work so much also. I only had like maybe an hour a day at most. So that's why last year's Beettober kind of got that started. This year, I roughly knew how long it would take. I knew that for some songs, it would take me a shorter time. So in those instances, for example, I managed to like record more backing vocals for a performance and stuff like that. But maybe the only other thing that I might say is that there were some. I actually briefly mentioned this, I think, and but possibly the call-in stream as well, or something else. But there was a period of time where I was supposed to do this project every day for work and stuff, but I was also having a bunch of health issues, so there were some days where it's like really, really not possible to do anything. But I think that doesn't necessarily have to be like the end of it. So like, for example, I was supposed to do things like every day a little bit, or I designated things to do every day, and then I couldn't do it one day. But if you can, then you can always pick yourself up the next day right? So for example,
make
like let's
up
say
for time when you have
Yeah.
on days that you have more time.
So for example, like yeah, like on day 6 or something, I think like my health was like really, really bad shape. So I couldn't do anything on day 6, but then day 7, feeling loads better,
Yeah.
pick up for the previous day. Or even if it's in the case of Beettober, right? Let's say it's not picking up, but just resuming. That's okay. You missed a day. You still have 30 more days to go.
Yeah.
So
And that has to do with like knowing yourself and knowing how to manage your time. Because
Yeah.
I talked about in that call and stream having days where I feel so super motivated, days where I feel super unmotivated. But what that actually means for me, like knowing myself, is that on days that I do feel super motivated, I know that I will have a future day where I will feel super unmotivated and just like mentally unable to work on something. So I just jump on and take care of those super motivated
Yeah,
days,
that's good.
knowing that less motivational days will be in my future.
be in your future.
Yeah. We can only hope. Volky wants to know where you got your stickers on your MacBook. And that's a good segue because we're going to jump onto Volky's track.
Oh, me? Oh, sorry.
Yes, you.
I was like, oh, yeah, thanks, Rocky. Let's see. Well, maybe let's listen.
The track is playing, but where is it playing? It's playing here.
Oh, I see.
Here we go. Go ahead. I assume you got your stickers at the very many places that they are named from.
Yeah, but let's listen first.
I love that bass sound. We eat some Tim Tams?
Yeah.
Doll treats.
Yeah, doll treats. Yay. Oh, that was cool. Nice.
Cyberpunk inspired, yes. I get it. Cyberpunk inspired.
Nice. So
Good,
cool.
Good thematic.
Yeah.
Good like theme.
Nice. Funky. Yay.
The one thing that I think could improve this, because I love all the synth stuff, better drum sound selection, I think could do better. Could make it better. To me, a snare like that against this, that sounds like very typical acoustic drum kit
Yeah.
snare with reverb on it. Whereas maybe you don't have to go too far out of like acoustic snare sounds. I'm not saying lean too far into electronic if that's not your taste, but like something of a snare that fits in this world a little bit better, perhaps.
The immediate snare reference that I thought of was like a res snare,
A res
like
snare. Yeah.
a bit more low end.
Now, that said, if there was context for a full acoustic drum set in this track, that might change my thinking, because a lot of, I don't know, I've played the game Cyberpunk. I don't know if you I don't know if you have consumed any Cyberpunk related
I am familiar
media.
vaguely, but not played it. I'm not super much of a. I don't really play a lot of games.
Not a gamer?
Sorry.
It's fine.
I play Candy Crush.
It's too late to kick you off the stream now.
Oh.
No.
I play
Candy
Candy
Crush. You know, my dad is like in a top percentage of players in Candy Crush or
Congrats
something.
to your dad.
I wish he was in chat right now so he could say what level he's on. But because of how those games are structured, the level numbers just keep going up.
That's awesome.
Do you know what level you're on? Is that like an impressive thing?
For Candy Crush,
Yes.
I think like definitely under 100.
Oh, under 100? No.
Yeah, because
he's
I'm
like
only,
in the thousands.
I'm like not a serial Candy Crusher. I also do. I'm so lame. It's okay. I also do Bejeweled.
Bejeweled. So you just like the like match 3, like all these like typical games. All these games that are basically out there to take your money so you can like pay for. Have you used in-game transactions in either of those
No.
games? You haven't. Wow! Round of applause for that.
Yeah, cereal, Candy Crush, thanks, LANDR, and ice.
Okay, anyway, my point with that was cyberpunk music.
Tetris.
Tetris is a great game. My girlfriend's a
I
pro
think-
Tetris player.
Sorry.
My point
Oh,
was...
yeah, I should go again. No, actually, no. She'll probably win.
Oh, you guys want to do verses?
No. I think she'll probably win.
It could be a good
I think
idea.
Yuno's gonna win. Yeah.
Can I make my point about cyberpunk
Sorry.
music? I was just going to say that cyberpunk... It's not even an important point. I just haven't gotten to say it. Cyberpunk music sometimes includes these cool electronic sounds and then also rock-related sounds. So... if there was like context for this kind of snare, meaning there was like more like maybe heavy drum set emphasis with a rock drum kit or like some guitars and stuff too, maybe the snare sound might work. But now it's like this acoustic snare amongst an array of angry robots.
Almost like vaguely Linkin Parky in terms of like the drum sound, I think.
Yes. That's a good reference because that is a combination of electronic and rock sounds.
I mean, the other thing I thought of was sometimes being able to set the context, like you said, for those in different parts of the song. Because the other song that I thought of was this tune by Virtual Self, which is Porter Robinson's other project apart from his main Porter Robinson project. And in his Virtual Self EP, there are a couple of songs that have acoustic parts, but it's only for like a very specific section. That's almost like a B section, and then it goes back to the A section that has like the main gist of the genre.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Good point. Good advice. Volky, thank you for that submission.
No problem.
This is your final chance to submit a question
Oh,
or
yeah.
to say anything you want to say because our stream is ending.
My
But
stickers.
before the stream ends, we will, of course, do a Daltric sticker tour. Do you want to like center the laptop?
Sure.
That was an excuse for me to pull the Tim Tams closer.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Here, do this.
I'm actually not
and
super
put
sure
the laptop
also.
on the
Oh, I see.
PK.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. That's kind of not
It's okay,
better.
maybe-
This is the best
Okay.
situation.
Cool.
And I'm going to angle it in a certain way. So now I think those are the most clear. I'm just
Okay.
looking at the light.
Cool.
All right, sticker tour.
Yeah. So
Daltric.
with Daltric, yeah. So I think top left 727.aif, Red Bull, Music Academy specifically, RBMA. Newmark, the DJ gear brand. This little logo that looks like an S is Splice. Soundgirls for the amazing organization Soundgirls that promotes women and non-binary folks in music tech and is very inclusive. Thank you for having a safe space for professionals and students alike. This one is, I actually forget, the one with the headphones with the heart shape on it. So if somebody knows what this is, please let me know. But I believe I got it at a previous year's AES, which is the Audio Engineering Society convention. So if someone could let me know, that'll be great. MIDI Fighter from the good folks at DJ Tech Tools, who make the MIDI Fighter. Stager from Stager Microphones. This key, a free sticker from Aki that makes a lot of USB hubs and all those sorts of things. So they had one. Reverb from Reverb, a synth, reverb.com, a wonderful place to get second-hand gear, which I strongly encourage because who's got money?
Who's got the money to be buying new gear? Reverb.com.
And actually, on that note, I may have told this to you before, but pretty much all of my gear, apart from stuff that, let's say, I get from certain companies to review, is secondhand.
I mean, you can get pretty much basically new gear for a huge discount.
Yeah.
So why ever buy new?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. The only new piece that I got, which I distinctly remember, and this wasn't even something that I paid for, it was the thing that I got when I became a certified trainer, was my Ableton Push. So that was the only thing that was new. So I have two push units.
And older, weirder stuff potentially. Like if you're looking for like cool pedals, maybe retro gear, something like that. Stuff that's harder to find. Stuff that's like not even super commercially available. That's another spot. Not that they're a sponsor today, but pro tip from Daltric.
Hi, Reverb.
Yes, but hi, Reverb.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
So Isotope by Isotope. Daltric sticker from Daltric, who's not here, but shout
Who's
out to
not
Daltric. when she does come back
Where's
with
your
her
Small Prof sticker?
her braids. Yeah, I don't have one on there yet, but maybe I put that like over here. Maybe.
But you can't have mine. Give that one back.
I know. Yeah, that one's yours. I'll get another one from home. That's actually also a Daltric sticker. I have a Small Prof sticker that is also. I'll give you a Small Prof sticker the next
I don't
time.
know why I said
That's
Small
my
Prof.
that's Chop Trick. That's Chop Trick.
Because I was thinking of.
My actual Small Prof logo. It's
all I'm
very
saying
similar.
is- okay, continue.
If you look at the Small Prof logo, it's also, it's small.
Damn it.
That's okay. There's also another one who's another musical artist who's called the Small Professor. But yeah, I also have Small Prof stickers.
So same vibe,
There's
same artist.
There's a reason why it's kind of like looks the same because it's both my alter egos.
Well, it is. They are both you, so I would assume that they would look kind of the same.
It's true. Yeah. So this is the original Daltric logo though. So
Got it.
and then Bitwig, yay! Hello Bitwig.
Did you want to applause for that?
Sure. Thanks. Also certified trainer for them, hence the stickers. This one from Soundbrenner. Really cool people. They have a device that if you have as a watch, or you can even put it like on your other parts of your body, like your stomach or your back and stuff. It's a metronome that actually keeps you in time. So we really we use this quite a lot in a few people's shows when we don't want people to hear the metronome, but we want them to feel it. That's one thing that I do in some of my work. And then what else? Sweat Records from Miami. I went there once. There's that. Ableton sticker, the big neon orange one from the good folks at Ableton. The one on the right here, this one's one of my favorites. This sticker with the nice green and gold and magenta ones is from my good friend Sean, who has a company called MSG. That if people eat a lot of food, then maybe they know what MSG is. It's a type of. They might know what it is. It's a type of like thing that you might add to. Some food, a lot of like Asian types of food or food that you will find in the continent of Asia, you would find it partially because I think, and I might be wrong about this, but I think the original type of MSG was developed in Japan, monosodium glutamate. So that's why it's MSG.
Some people are allergic to MSG.
Yeah, and some people are allergic.
What the hell is MSG? Can I taste it?
I actually don't really know. It adds a certain kind of like flavor, adds to the flavor, kind of like enhances it a little bit in some manner, but
It's like a magic
there's that.
ingredient.
Oh yeah, well Bishop just mentioned it. Enhances the flavor. Yeah. So there's that.
Like a good mastering chain.
Yeah, perhaps. But some people are allergic, and then some people say it makes them, sleepy, and then you fall asleep and stuff.
Just like mastering.
Just like mastering. But yeah, MSG though, his stands for My Sweet Grandma because he's a chef and he cooks his grandma's recipes.
Wow.
So My Sweet Grandma. Shout out to Sean. Hi Sean. You rock. Okay. Taproom. Local to New York. They do a lot of, beer, craft beer stuff. I'm a big fan of beers. I don't drink too much, but I love a really good lager. Like my favorite lager is Hoegaarden, which is Belgian beer. Hi, people
Nice.
from Belgium, including Imageline, if they're watching this, which we learned yesterday in our trivia section. They are
course.
from
Shout out to
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah. Shout out to Ghent specifically because they are the Dutch-speaking region of Belgium.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Speaking Dutch, my dad's side of the family is Dutch. So, okay, so there's that. And then Panther Coffee, coffee shop. These two are fun.
Wait,
Flanier.
the coffee shop one.
Yeah, cool. Flanier Electronic and Scanner. Scanner's album was Flanier Electronic. Scanner being an artist, right? Got a Sec being connected to this one also, which is the sticker of the mule. I know it looks like a donkey, but it's a mule. Oh, thank you for holding it up. It's okay. Mule from Sticker Mule, the folks who also did a proof of my my Chop Trick T-shirt. They're the ones who got that. I usually get my stickers from them, so I actually got the Daltric sticker originally done by them, and they've been very kind and delivery is fast.
And they give you hot sauce.
And they gave hot sauce. Yeah,
Yes.
they did. Yeah. So that was like, got a sec. I actually really like their hot sauce.
Yeah.
I bought it a couple. Did you buy?
I work with a company that has used Sticker Mule, and I don't know if I've tried the hot sauce, but I just knew about that. I think that's a
Yeah.
very smart thing. It's like
It's great.
Sweetwater, how they put little candy
The candies?
inside.
Yeah.
But imagine you're like a sticker or
was
merch
great.
company, and you include hot sauce.
So cool.
It's just a funny thing.
So great. Yeah. Sticker Mule. And then Nugs, plant-based chicken nuggets. I like them. They're nice. Their spicy nugs, I think, take the cake for me because I love spicy food. Or is that, maybe let's go down here instead. Okay. Oh yeah, this sticker I remember. Beettober, wonderful artists. They make a lot of really cute like illustrations, and this one was I think a concert that I was performing at, which was also like a fundraising event or like a community event for various people, I think, and then they were one of the people there giving out stickers and selling items. So very cute. Yay.
Hell yeah.
And then Maven.com. Maven now closed.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. But yeah, we're both familiar with Maven. It used to be in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And they were a wonderful DJ and production school, but they have since closed, unfortunately. But rest in peace to Maven.
Rest in peace, Maven.
And last but not least, Snack Fever, a wonderful company that gives you monthly snacks.
And if I've learned one thing about Daltric in the past 48 hours,
Yeah.
it's that Daltric loves snacks.
I am a snack person. Yeah. Specifically, though, this one's fun, perhaps even for Mr. TAETRO, because this specific red sticker has an interesting blue kum. Do you know what a kum is?
Is it one of the Kakao Talk
In Korean, kum is bear.
Bear.
This blue paran kum is YG Entertainment's bear mascot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's even released some singles.
Oh, really?
So YG Entertainment is a Korean company
We'll have to listen to Comb.
that manages Blackpink. But yeah, this little blue bear mascot is, they did a collaboration, Snack Fever and YG at one point, where even in the snack boxes, they were giving out Blackpink stickers. And actually, I haven't used them.
Smart.
They haven't used them. So when I re-find those stickers in my apartment, I'll give them to you.
Please.
Yeah, I
Wow.
will. Because this is full, right? So I'll need to give them to someone. I'll give you the YG Snack Fever Blackpink stickers.
Heck yes.
So yeah, sticker
Do
tour.
you know what? There's an episode of Blackpink TV that I think now I am connecting the dot, like Blackpink House. All right, only Blackpink fans in the chat. Blackpink fans in the chat.
Blackpink fans.
Blackpink House. What would be the romanization of Kom? K-O-M?
G-O-N?
G-O-N. N?
M.
M.
Yeah.
I think the bear visits the house at some point. There's an episode where a bear visits the house.
Well, what if you do bear? Like if it's Blackpink House bear.
It's probably not going to come up because it's all in Korean.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I was right. Well, I'm right?
Yeah.
It's a blue bear.
Yeah.
Wow. I think so. When I watched this, I had no
That's cool.
context for who the heck is this bear.
Yeah.
And it actually is like very scary.
Oh.
Not like it's not meant to be. Well, maybe it is meant to be scary, but it ends up being quite like a horror thing when the bear is approaching the house. I'm not playing the music, my friends, because don't want to get clapped.
Yeah.
There you go. So all that is to say, that's that bear, and now I know. You've taught me.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing you've taught me today.
I know. Yay.
Everybody, all good things must come to an end. And we have reached the end of our Beettober festivities. I got to thank once again LANDR
Thank you, LANDR.
for sponsoring today's stream. I must thank Claire for joining us live
Happy
in
to be
studio.
here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for trucking out and surviving through the 24-hour stream with me as well.
Thank you for having me. Yay.
Thank you to everybody in the community for helping us to raise the $10,000. Of course, before this day is over, if you want to buy a sample pack, if you want to re-up your membership, if you want to upgrade your membership, if you want to get the Beettober merch at beatobershop.com, anything that says Beettober on it, will be going away tomorrow. So pick up. That's your final choice, final chance. Beettober.com/donate if you want to throw in any extra bucks at the end of Beettober here, but we did surpass our $10,000 goal. So thank you all. Hope you have a happy, safe Halloween. For those of you who are somewhere where it's not Halloween anymore, well,
Happy November.
happy November. We have a safe and happy November 1st.
Yeah.
But I will see you all. I'm going to be honest, probably not going to be a Thursday stream this week. We'll probably resume our normal schedule starting the second week of November. So thank you all so much. You all are
Thank
great.
you.
Party continues over on Instagram and Twitter, especially on Instagram because me and Claire are about to go finish making our collab for the last day of Beettober. So stay tuned and look
Yes.
out for that. Thank you so much to everybody. If you want a prize over the course of this month and you haven't got it yet, hold tight. If you want a prize that needs to be shipped, if you DM me your shipping information, it's going to make things go a lot faster. So that'd be fantastic. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank
This
you
has
to
been
TAETRO for organizing. Woo!
Thank you. Peace and love. Thank you all. And thank you, Claire, for being on here.
Yeah, no props.
See y'all next time. This has been TAETRO and
Daltric.
have a good one. Bye.
Bye.